While in high school, she has participated in volleyball, FCA and DECA, youth group, band, National Honor Society, Silver Cord, and the Honor Roll. Following high school, she plans to play volleyball at Buena Vista University and major in biomed. When Nylea was little, she wanted to be a zookeeper. With her is Theo Brown. Theo is the son of Ned and Stacy Brown. While in high school, he has participated in cross country, student council, National Honor Society, and Bankers Trust Youth Board. Following high school, he plans to attend either Drake or Yale to study law. When Theo was little, he wanted to be a paleontologist. Nylea Sluter and Theo Brown. Next we have Chesney Steenhook. Chesney is the daughter of Jay and Danny Steenhook. While in high school, she has participated in volleyball, softball, basketball, and student council, FFA, 4-H, and mentoring. Following high school, she plans to attend DMAC and study animal science. When Chesney was little, she wanted to be a basketball player. With Chesney is Tanner Bergeron. Tanner is the son of Dan and Karen Bergeron. While in high school, he has participated in basketball, track, DECA, and youth group. Following high school, he plans to go to college to continue his basketball career and study accounting. When Tanner was little, he wanted to be an NBA basketball player. Chesney Steenhook and Tanner Bergen. Hannah Green is our next court member. Hannah is the daughter of Chad and Pam Green. While in high school, she has participated in volleyball, basketball, softball, DECA, and National Honor Society. Following high school, she plans to attend the University of Iowa State University and major in business. When Hannah was little, she wanted to be a teacher. With her is Reed Falsgraf. Reed is the son of Brad and Laura Falsgraf. While in high school, he has participated in football, basketball, track, and baseball. Following high school, he plans to continue his football and basketball career. When Reed was little, he wanted to be a professional athlete. Hannah Green and Reed Falsgraf. Our next court member is Natalie Spearden Birchmeyer. Natalie is the daughter of Melissa Spearden and Josh Birchmeyer. While in high school, she has participated in soccer. Following high school, she plans to attend the University of Iowa to study either psychology or business. When Adeline was little, she wanted to be a meteorologist. With her is Reed Foster. Reed is the son of Sheena and AJ Foster. While in high school, he has participated in wrestling. Following high school, he plans to continue his wrestling career. When Reed was little, he wanted to be a surgeon. Adeline Birchmeyer and Reed Foster. And now our prince and princess. Our princess tonight is Charlie Carlson. Brooklyn is the daughter of Justin and Stephanie Carlson. Her kindergarten teachers are Mrs. Adkins and Mr. Armstrong. Charlie loves crafting and wants to be a kindergarten teacher when she grows up. And our prince is Holden Jondal. Coy is the son of Paul and Heather Jondal. His kindergarten teachers are Mrs. Flattery. Holden's favorite toy to play with are monster trucks, superheroes, dinosaurs, and when he grows up, he wants to be a ninja. The 2023 Bonner for our homecoming king and queen in court, and prince and princess. A big round of applause for them all. is Michael Hansen, Todd Waddle, Bruce Falkenbach, Ronnie Whedon, and Daniel Grooms. Both schools encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at tonight's game. Please encourage your athletes, coaches, and officials with positive acts and comments. Enjoy the game and be a good sport. Tonight, Gilbert is coached by head coach Graham Lent, Jeff Kriesler, Everett Carlson, Joe Dyzik, Cale Jensen, Andrew Moore, Adam Rash, Randy Shizik, Jeff Scott South, Cody Schiffman, Kyle Van Winkle, Jake Hansen, and Jairus Grisler. Bondurant Farrar is coached by head coach Zach Fonts and assisted by Hunter Semoloff, Brad Lewis, Matt Kelly, Rick Dobrich, Justin Liston, Thurston Gable, Jeff Meislin, Jake Cohen, Joe Brannon, Jeremy Hill, Joe Salazar, Garth House, Jeremy Delzer, and Andrew Slatter. We're proud to also announce that our sports medicine services are provided by Select Physical Therapy, and a special thank you to Broadlawns and Iowa Clinic for providing physicians for tonight's game. A special shout out to the Bondurant Emergency Services who are in attendance for tonight's home football contest. Thank you, and we greatly appreciate your services.
Inside me blaze like a siren. Well, we can try it. Wake up the beast, no, I can't keep silent. I put my time in. Now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat, and tears, I conquer my fears. I'm ready to fly now. We know they scared of us. No, they don't care for us. They wasn't there for us. Up in them trenches, hopping them fences, making the plays while they riding the benches. Yeah, cool intentions. Yeah, I see my rolling get colder to sin, but when counting our sins, I don't have no friends. I came here to win. My start is your end. Don't let it begin now. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down.
At this time, would you please stand and remove your hats as we honor America in the playing of the national anthem by the Bondurant Farrar High School Marching Band, accompanied by the 8th grade band members. Under the direction of Mr. Braden Whipperman, the flags tonight are being presented by Logan, Cash, Tanner, and Tim from the Boy Scout Troop 10.
Good evening, Blue Jay fans, and welcome to Bondurant, Iowa for this Class 4A District 4 matchup between the visiting undefeated 6-0 Gilbert Tigers and year 5-1 Bondurant Farrar Blue Jays. Patrick Meyer here with Josh Gibson on the call. How you doing, Josh?
Good. Great to be here. Feels like we've hardly been here this season.
It's been a little bit of an odd season. This is only our third home game. We get another one in 2 weeks, and then maybe some postseason after that. But definitely light and definitely late on the schedule. But
yeah, typically a little later than what you would have for homecoming, but
yeah,
with 2 week stretches in there, that's kind of how it played out. And probably didn't want to throw Lewis Central down there as the homecoming game. So
also true.
This is where we ended up.
You know, a little funny because last week it was like 90, and today it's 55 and windy. But
definitely a big change.
So as we get ready for this matchup here, looking at some of our statistical leaders for the Blue Jays. You kind of seen this before, but leading the rushing attack for the Blue Jays for the third consecutive year is number 6 Titus Cram. Titus coming in as not quite the state leader, but pretty high up there, 951 yards rushing on the season, along with 13 touchdowns.
I think the big thing there is the 10 yards per carry.
Yeah.
That's he's got almost 1,000 in 100 carries, so that's pretty impressive.
Then the other leading receiver there is Reed Falsgraf, senior, coming in with 695 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's now the career leader in receiving yards and touchdowns for the Blue Jays.
And again, also just that big playability, 25 yards per catch. We've seen some really good catches at him, some really nice throws out of Ryle. Ends up in a lot of one-on-one coverage, and a lot of times he wins. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, he's got the height, he's got the vertical to jump over people, and he's just done a really good job of going up and getting the ball.
Gilbert will be receiving the opening kickoff.
So as we look for the keys for the Blue Jays here, what do you got for that?
Well, I think it's going to start with the running game. Obviously, Gilbert, they're really a run-heavy team. They've got about 1,400 yards as a team on the ground so far this year. And we're a little bit more balanced, but we've got 1,500 yards. So I think with the wind and kind of the cooler temps, we might see a little bit of more of a run game. So I think whoever can control that is going to be in a pretty good seat. Second thing is keep our foot on the gas. We've seen us jump out to early leads and maybe kind of let up a little bit. We saw that with Newton. We saw it with Norfolk and Lewis Central. So I'd like to see us just go out there and put the hammer down the entire time. And on defense, as I mentioned, they're going to want to run the football. They want to run as much clock as they can. They're going to come out in a flex bone type of offense, something we don't see a ton.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of fullback dive, midline stuff where they're just running right up the middle, QB option or QB follow, and then what we call rocket toss. They're going to send a guy in the motion, and they're going to turn and pitch it to him and try to get him to the outside. So we'll see if we can stop that. They don't throw it a ton, don't
Yeah.
throw it extremely well. About 400 yards on the year, so that's not what they want to do.
Cram with the opening kickoff. Tigers let it bounce, and it goes into the end zone. Wyatt Pink was the deep man there along with Nash Hansen, and let it bounce at the 3 and go ahead and take it out.
So Jays are going to get a start here on D, and as I mentioned, you're going to see flex bone from Gilbert. Going to be a little bit more of a heavy set. A lot of typically a little bit bigger guys out on the field. You're going to see a couple wing backs a lot of times. Almost every play there's going to be motion.
Your key player here for the Tigers really watch is number 43. That's Hawthorne coming in. He's going to be like a 230-pound running back coming through the middle. So he's
a big boy, good athlete, good basketball player.
You're going to see a heavy dosage of him, and I imagine right off the gate.
So there's that motion to start, and there it is, fullback dive right up the middle, and
looks like
pretty good
about
success
7.
right there.
Yeah.
His sister was in a movie.
A basketball movie, right?
Yeah, the 6 on 6.
Yep.
Yeah. She was a nice basketball player. I believe went to Drake.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, real good wedge blocking right there out of Gilbert to start.
Connor Rash, the quarterback, under center. We're going to give it to Hawthorne again up the middle. This time not a lot of room to go. Might have gained a yard. Half yard at best.
Yeah, I'm not for sure who met him right away, but he got stood up almost immediately, and those are the kind of stops that Bonnarant's going to need in order to get them off the field, because if you give them 4 or 5 yards like on the first play, you're really kind of putting yourself in a hole.
3rd and 3 here. Keeper for Rash. And he's going to, I think, get stopped right at the line.
If he
gets
gets
to the line,
be a
first down way he's coming in.
If the nose gets to the line, it's a first down because it's going to start it on the line off the touchback. So it looks like he got enough past it, about almost a full yard.
So Blue Jays are using a heavier interior line as well. You got House and Winger and number 53, James Cullum. We don't see him a lot in there, so.
Yeah, I'm not for sure if we've called his name this year.
Not a whole lot. I know he had some action last week, but
a little stop motion there. Trying to draw us off sides.
Up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. Going to gain 2 and then get driven back, and that's okay to stop that for 2. You don't want them to get ahead of the sticks.
And it's really important that your interior guys make that stop, because if they don't, then guys that are responsible for the pitch and the quarterback, they have to come in and make tackles, and when they do that, that's when they pull it with the quarterback, and all of a sudden the quarterback's out and running. So everybody's got to do their part.
So you got Cram creeping up, playing more like a linebacker, with Albright more like a safety in this position. Falsgraf with the man on. Quarterback looking for the pitch, nowhere to go, and he's going to get met. I think that might be no, that's Winger had his legs. Good bring down in the back there.
Yep, Moore kind of came in and cleaned it up, but a nice job out of the D-line to get some good penetration and not really allow him to get down the line of scrimmage to run that option.
It's going to make it 3rd and 8 here.
And they're in a spot they don't really feel comfortable with, really want to be in a ton. Rash is about 47% on the year with 436 yards. However, he's got 8 touchdowns and no interceptions. So,
and a lot of their passing has been little screen dump offs to Hawthorne.
Quick passes.
Man in motion, fake. Rash looking downfield, and that's a good catch. That is complete there. Aiden Short with the catch.
Yeah, Falsgraf was almost there, but really a nice timing play and a really good delivery out of Rash there on just kind of a deep hitch.
And I think you're okay there. Like, you didn't want Falsgraf to get burnt deep. You can make them go, first down by first down the field and get them in those passing situations. Hawthorne up the middle, trying to drive the pile forward. There's 16 guys in a 2-foot circle. We'll see where they come out.
It's almost going to look like rugby.
Yeah, 4 yards
for
on the
part
carry.
of the night. A lot of guys just in a big old scrum. It's really important for that D-line not to get pushed around. We are missing one of our bigger guys tonight. Bryce Baker is out, got hurt this week in practice. We're hoping that it's nothing too serious, but He's definitely one of our most important guys on the D-line.
Rash pitches out to Stevens, who brings it across for a first down. Going to be brought down at a 42, I think is what they're going to give him.
Yeah, pretty nice job out of them here. It's a good fake to Hawthorne up the middle, and the more effective he is, the more effective this option becomes.
Yeah. Yeah, you start drawing guys in, and they can.
Yep.
They
Just
can
like
get
I
beat.
talked about, and then all of a sudden the QB and pitch guys are coming in to tackle the fullback, and you don't want that.
Eldred did the high side of the field as the receiver. Pitch out to Hawthorne this time, trying to get the edge. Good job stringing it out by the Blue Jays. Still going to gain 2 on the play.
Yeah, you don't see that play a ton, but I think with the flex bone, but Hawthorne's such a good runner, it gives him an opportunity to kind of get on the outside and maybe avoid the 10 guys that are waiting for him in the middle.
Well, and at some point, if you can convince people to go out there with him, then you got some type of option to keep underneath or whatever. But it feels very Mark Wiseman-ish from the running back position. Inside motion, quick screen over to Eldred. Gets a block. Vanderlin's going to bring him down, but that should be enough for the first down.
And I think one of our guys, I'm not for sure who it was, they kind of got smoked. You'll see a left tackle get out there in a hurry. Actually, it was the guard.
We got somebody down, too. Is that Faltzgraf?
Faltzgraf is not down.
Okay.
I don't think.
I don't see him. That's why I was.
Well, you know what? Maybe that was him.
I don't see him. Unless he wasn't in on that play.
I think you are right. I think that is him on the ground. I couldn't tell if it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, the leg just kind of came out from under him. So.
Yeah, that would be a really big blow to not only the defense but the offense. Yeah, it looked like when he went to plant, he kind of rolled an ankle. So that's not a good way to start for the Jays. Really good start here, opening drive for the Tigers. I don't know if that was their 3rd or 4th first down. But they've established the fullback up the middle a little bit. Pass was a little high, but the guys did a really good job of blocking there. He's not putting a lot of weight on that thing.
Gilbert's going to have it first down at the 30. That's what the med team work their magic over there. Tigers coming out of this huddle maybe a little fast. He's still
it's going to be a little bit before he gets to the sideline.
So I think you're going to see Talon Hayworth as the backup defensive.
New corner out there. Okay. And Talon's done a nice job this year. And honestly, I don't think that is really the concern. Obviously, the concern would be him on offense. And stopping this interior run is really where things need to start.
Right. Stevens in motion. Hawthorne up the middle. And got one guy on the bottom doing a good job wrapping up an ankle. Gain of 2 on the play.
And that's kind of what you got to do sometimes. It's such a big pile in there is just grab and hold on and allow your
help.
Teammates to get there. But those are the kind of stops that they need throughout the night. 1 to 2 yard gain. Put them in a position where they're a little bit more predictable.
Pink in motion. Hawthorne trying to kick it out to the side. Nowhere to go. It looked like Ernst and Cram on the tackle.
Basically a little fullback lead there. You're going to insert that wing back, try to get him to go inside onto a linebacker, and the Jays do a really nice job of stretching it out and getting several guys to the party there.
That's the 7th carry for Hawthorne on this drive.
Yeah, he might get to 30 tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a strong possibility if they continue to have success.
I don't know that he comes off the field very much on defense either. They don't have a whole lot of guys that start both ways.
Well, the good thing for him, it's cool out. We should not see cramping tonight,
You'd hope
which
not.
we've seen the first
enough.
6 weeks.
And
I think
timeout.
we got a timeout out of the Tigers here.
That's their first.
They're in one of those spots again, 3rd and 8. Last time we saw the hitch route, which was pretty well executed. We've seen a quick screen, which I'm sure that the Jays have scouted pretty well.
Right.
Play action isn't quite as effective at a 3rd and 8.
No, but we do have a backup cornerback in there now, so you got that as part of it. It was interesting. I thought maybe Albright would flip sides with him and he'd be the man on, but he actually stayed over on this side. And
I think they got enough faith in Talon that he'll be okay over there.
So as we look ahead a little bit, this is week 6, so we got 2 more weeks after this of regular season for each team, but a lot of excitement to go with. Blue Jays will have at Pella next week and then Carlisle here as we get back to play 3rd and 8. Same formation for the Tigers. Stevens in motion, play action, looking to pass, throws it up, and incomplete. Not Cram. Cram was next to him. Who was that? Was that
Talon?
Hayworth? It was
Yep.
Talon. Level in the bloom. He's got the same black sleeves that Titus does, but
And I thought they might run it there 3rd and long, knowing that, hey, we probably got 4 downs here because the way the wind's blowing out there, I don't think you want to kick it.
sure.
You don't want to punt it from the 28-yard line. So
I
could have seen him running it. But
I did watch their field goal kicker, though. He was about the 30-yard line. He looked like he was pretty close. I don't know if I'd say you feel good, but you got a chance at it.
Well, and you'd add about 5 yards to it because you're snapping it from about the 30.
So 4th down, Pink in motion, play action again, going across the
Crossers.
middle, and throws it up, and
Oh,
Short
nice
is there,
throw.
makes the catch, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
That's
Aiden Short
That was a heck of a throw out of Rash.
just dropped it in perfectly.
Nice little crossing route. They bring the receivers on the left across to the right and then run the receiver on the right, which they almost ran into each other. Maybe helped with the timing a little bit. Not sure, but it's a great pitch and catch there. And
Tigers
on the board first.
Maybe they feel better about passing than we thought they did, according to the stats.
I agree.
I don't think Aiden Short caught very many.
Well,
Aiden Short hadn't caught a pass this year.
Nobody's really caught that many passes.
No, but he hadn't caught any, and now he has 2.
Eldred has got 13, Hawthorne 7, and then it goes 2 and 1. So not a lot of balls being caught.
Extra point is good, and that is 7-0. 5:52 remaining in the first. So Blue Jays will look to answer here. I would imagine we're still looking at Pfaltzgraff, but he is your primary receiver. Without him in, you probably were looking at a heavy dose of running this first drive anyway, but this probably even reinforces that.
I would think after last week seeing Carlisle run for 300 that our coaches probably had in the mindset of we're gonna try to pound the rock a little bit.
It's good to see Pfaltzgraff walking up and down the sidelines. It's still a little ginger, but he's moving.
He's not moving well.
No. But with the number of guys we've seen with knee braces on the last few weeks, I'm excited to see him moving. Tigers kicking off here. We will have Blake Guthrie and Talon Hayward deep to receive.
Talon had a nice return a couple weeks ago against Lewis Central, ran that thing back to about the 10 or maybe even inside the 10. So we've had some good success on kickoff returns.
Guthrie also was returning punts starting last week, so getting a little more action with the return side.
Yeah, Talon's at 27 yards a return.
Kickoff is going to be by Owen Matson for the Tigers. Kick is up.
That's
It's gonna
short.
be short.
Got to
Hayworth-
go get it. Got to go get
Hayworth
it.
has
That's
to
a problem.
bounce, and it's going to be, he gets leveled at about the 19.
Not enough sense of urgency to go get that ball.
No.
Because it was up in the air for a long time. That's one you got to go catch.
Yeah.
He got very lucky there that the Tigers did not end up with that because there was nobody else for us down there.
Well, and, sometimes I feel like people forget that, hey, kickoff is a live ball. You have to go get that anyway. You can't just let it bounce. I mean,
I watched our Blue Jay digital coordinator get a little angry at his eighth grade team because they didn't hop on a kickoff a couple weeks ago.
I could see that happening.
They were all yelling, "Get away!"
Blue Jays are going to start out with Titus Cram and the Wildcat, Miller and Ryle to the right, 2 fullbacks left. In motion, Cram takes it up the middle. Through the first line, he's still going, and he's going to get brought down for a gain of, looks like 8 for Titus on that first carry.
Pretty good hold there on that first play. Run a little fake to Ryle coming across, which we've talked about. He played wide receiver last year. He can run, so you could give it to him. But pretty good push up front out of our guys.
Same formation. So I think that's Caleb Moore as one of the fullbacks. Play action. Cram looks for an opening, shoots through the middle. He's going to fall forward and get the first down. Gain of probably 4 on the play, maybe 5.
And Carlisle, they like to line up in double tight and really come at you. And essentially that's kind of – the Wildcat isn't a whole lot different here. Yeah. We just kind of dress it up a little bit with some motion in a few different misdirections.
Tigers got a man down. Looks like an interior lineman, but I can't spot a number yet. Is that 51? So 51 is Charlie Niche. He's up and limping off as well. Blue Jays will have it 1st and 10. The 32-yard line off a couple of carries by Titus. Might see the Wildcat here a little bit longer while you're seeing that success. And
I would imagine we're going to see it until they stop it.
Fair. And you got, so I said you got Caleb Moore playing as one of those fullbacks. Usually he hadn't been one of the 2 fullbacks in front on this lead block, but it does change your need to adjust personnel.
Well,
Graham keeps it up the middle.
And I wonder if a little bit missing Baker, did we have to put House back on the line? And so we were maybe down a fullback, and that's where Caleb, being a solid dude, can definitely fit that role pretty good.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Blue Jays.
So 2nd and 5 here as the Blue Jays drive at the 38-yard line. Blue Jays have shown the occasional attempts to either pass or hand it off to a jet man out of this.
Yep, you'll see a jet and then give to Ryle and have him throw it. That'll definitely – there's
Titus pop pass up to Caleb Moore. Not able to secure it. Nice pass breakup by Nash Hansen.
We have not ran that, and so that's pretty impressive that Gilbert's guy was right on him.
Yeah.
Because that's a tough play to defend. We've seen that back with Tebow. The little jump pass, really not a whole lot different.
And he led it well. It was just a really nice play by Hansen.
I think Caleb probably wishes he had that one back, had a shot at it.
Yeah. I'm not sure how often he practices over-the-shoulder catches either, though.
Not a ton. But he's an athlete.
Ryle in motion. Cram up the middle. He's going to be just short of the first down, I think. Yep, it's going to be 4 yards on that carry, and it'll be 4th and 1. And I feel like you're going to just drive Cram up the middle again, even though you're not quite to midfield.
Yeah, and I don't think you need any misdirection or anything here. We saw that a couple weeks ago with Newton. Our timing was really off with a lot of the motion.
Yeah.
A few of the snaps hit or were a little off center. They are going to measure.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. I'm not sure. Although.
No, looking at it now, I think
it's closer than I thought it was.
Judging by that spot, it should be within a couple inches, I think.
I think we might have got the benefit of the doubt on that spot because I thought he was probably a yard short.
I thought he was a yard short, but.
I'll take it. It's a good time to shout out this flag team. The chain crew thinks they're the best in the business here.
There you go. That's a first. By a.
And that's going to be a Blue Jay first down. Yep. We'll go ahead and give that first down. Is that Travis McDowell out there?
Good for a first down for the Blue Jays.
So Blue Jays will have first down at the 42.
This game's also a little different than some of the other games we have. This first quarter's about up. Some of the other ones we have felt like marathons.
Right. So now we're back into the standard set. Ryle and the pistol. Handoff Caleb Moore, and that's a really nice tackle there by number 42, Bowen Cruz. Yep.
He sometimes you get those linemen to pull, and you have a little gap that opens up, and he shot right through there and made the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's got to come out, though. Ref kind of signaled that he needed to come out. I'm not for sure what that's all about.
No, I'm not sure either.
You don't see that
He kind of
very
got
often.
rolled up on. I don't know if he got up funny, but.
So it looks like Gilbert's replacing them with their quarterback. I believe that was one that ran out there.
Yeah, he's got the hand warmer. It would make sense. Ryle takes the snap, rolls out to the right, looking for an option, and he's throwing downfield to Cram, and it's going to be intercepted.
That's picked. Got deflected, and nice job out of the safety to tiptoe the line there and haul that in.
So Nash Hansen gets the interception on the deep ball.
You know, and up to that point, Jordan had only thrown one interception all year.
That one might have been forced a little bit. There was double coverage there.
I would agree. I think he would even tell you probably shouldn't have thrown that ball. And I'm sure that when you're throwing it to Titus, you probably feel like he's going to come out victorious most of the time.
Yeah, good play by Aiden Short there to knock it away. So Tigers have first down again at the 21. They're going to play action, try and get the pass out quick. And Hayward pushes him out of bounds. Eldred gains about 5 on that.
They that is kind of their main or one of their main pass plays, and they run that pretty well. They get one of their linemen to get outside in a hurry. It's which is interesting. It's their left guard. Usually it's the tackle that gets out there, but I suppose they want to make sure that DN doesn't get his hands up, and left guard does a nice job of getting out there to throw a block.
And Hawthorne up the middle, and he's met by Vanderlinden and Cram. And they blow the whistle. They're going to give him a yard on that.
Yep, we got a solid 3rd and 5 here. This would be big for the defense to get off the field here after giving up that turnover and still have some field position.
So Aiden McDonald comes in. Joey George back to the bench. This is more of a passing formation, I think, for the Blue Jays with McDonald coming in. Pink in motion, takes the sweep out this way, and Cram goes high on the tackle but slows him up enough, and he's going to be stopped short.
He's going to be probably 2 yards short. I think Titus was maybe trying to knock him out there.
Yeah, he was headhunting, it looked like, trying to take the helmet with him.
Yep.
Luckily, House and several teammates really.
Yeah, good hustle. I mean, that's what you got to do. Your guys got to tackle as a group, run to the football. Real nice job out of the defense, getting off the field after a turnover. Normally we see Reed back to return punts, but we got
Blake Guthrie went back there last week, so I don't know that this is because of the injury. It might be
okay.
Just
that might be where we're going.
Yeah, that's a funny kick and
very fortunate bounce.
Yeah, as it tiptoed the sideline.
That thing had to be within a foot or so of being out of bounds and probably got an additional 10, 15 yards.
Ends up being about a 40-yard net punt. Really nice bounce to go with that, because it looked like it might have been a 20, 25, 30-yard punt before that. But.
Yeah, it bounced at the 47 and rolled to the 30, so definitely a very advantageous bounce there.
So Blue Jays will start this back up again at the 30. We're going to see, it looks like Ryle in the pistol. You got Miller and Cram to the left. And is that McDonald to the right, I think? Cram in motion. Takes the jet sweep with Moore out in front and dives forward.
That may have been a touchdown saving tackle there out of Stevens. He does a nice job of forcing Titus to cut it back inside and then ends up making kind of a shoestring tackle here.
But we've seen Titus step over some of those before. So, so the fact that he was able to bring him down that way is.
Got enough of him.
Very impressive. It does bring up 2nd and 3. McDonald wide to the left. Miller and Cram to the right. Pistol formation. We're going to fake it and go back the other way to Miller. Miller's going to get front
that.
now. Oh, goodness.
We might have jumped in there. Nope.
No.
They're signaling Gilbert. It was a great initial hit out of the Tigers. And that was kind of a play we haven't really seen.
No.
I liked it. It was quick, and Cole's a good guy in space. But back-to-back plays out of Stevens forces a fumble.
Like Braden Neese went low. And Tigers have the ball again.
In really good field position here.
Nash Hansen went high, and Tiger ball. The 37-yard line. Pink in motion. Play action, looking to pass.
He's going to throw that deep, I would think.
And trying to get outside. Throws it up, throws it away. Cram went up for it like he thought he was going to get there. Wasn't as far off as I thought he was going to be, but the pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I thought initially he had a guy kind of going on a wheel route that I thought that's probably who the play was designed for, but he didn't really look to him initially. And I think if he would have and chucked it up to him, he probably had a chance at it. But nice job out of Gilbert coming out of the turnover there and going a little play action with us probably assuming that they're going to run the football. They've basically given the ball to Hawthorne every time up the middle, which he's not in at fullback right now, by the way.
This is number 32. This is Tayshawn Gillen.
Which he, I think, leads the team in sacks.
1.5 yards on the play.
Yeah, he's got 7 sacks on the year.
Brings up 3rd and a long 8.
That's probably going to take us to quarter.
Oh, yeah, 5 seconds there. So not your most exciting quarter for a Blue Jay fan.
No.
But if you can find a way to stop them here, it might be a two stops to get the ball back because, again, you're in that same area where you're not really going to punt. You're not probably – you're not going to kick field goal here. You're probably not going to punt. And so Blue Jays have some work to do.
Yep.
As we go into this first quarter break, we want to shout out our sponsor, the Bondurant Men's Club. Bondurant Men's Club is doing all kinds of great things in our community, including the Easter egg hunt, Santa Claus, Summerfest, and just countless other activities. Great ways to get involved there if you're new to the community or if you've been here forever and just never been around. Check out the Bondurant Men's Club on Facebook and go see how you can help us out and keep making this community great. Thank you, Men's Club.
Looks like Gilbert's ready to roll here, 3rd and 9. And, again, you're kind of in that situation where maybe it's a passing down, but maybe you run it because you're probably going to go for it on 4th down.
Pink in motion, looking to get that option outside. Rash tries to cut up the middle. Not a lot of room. Blue Jays maintain control pretty well. Picks up maybe 4.
Yep. Probably got 4 there on that dive option read.
I don't know that he wanted to cut it back in, but he wasn't seeing a great path outside. So
makes it manageable. Probably makes you think that you could go for it here. So it looks like they're going to.
Now you got to watch your snap count here because you're right in that range where you could pick up the automatic first down.
Yep.
2 wide formation, short to the high side, Eldred to the near side. And they're looking to pass. Rash looks downfield, and it's too far, incomplete. Blue Jays are going to take over on the turnover on downs.
Thought maybe we were going to get a flag there. There was a little bit of contact, but no flag thrown. Good deal for the Blue Jays. Take over, what was that on, about the 35-yard line or so?
32, yeah.
Pretty good move there out of the Tigers, a little double move.
Yeah. Carter Albright with pretty decent,
good
decent
coverage
spot for that.
Yep.
And
good coverage, just overthrown a little bit. So we'll see if the Blue Jays can't get it going here on their 3rd drive.
Ball security is going to be big. We're switching up our positioning.
Well,
that should
that's
be a
probably
penalty,
a
right?
flag. Yep.
Yep.
Too many guys on the field.
Yep. So not your best way to start out the
no, at a
third drive
timeouts,
either.
change of possessions. You definitely don't want to see 12 guys out on the field. Sometimes it happens within the flow of the game, but change of possessions, you call out your personnel, and that's who should be running out on the field.
So we had Landon Corey out there was a receiver as well, but we had both tailbacks out there and a fullback. So looks like Cram is in the pistol here. Ryle, swing pass to Cram, defended well, but Cram gets to the sideline and is going to find a way to get back about 5, and it looks like maybe there's a late hit on top of that.
Yeah, I think if that's on Gilbert's sideline, they probably don't throw the flag. That's on our sideline, and you get a lot of people yelling at you. You get the 15-yarder. Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a no gain. That's a tough one.
I can't see the sideline with the players there, so
the tackle definitely starts in the field of play. They just maybe carried it out a little bit too long.
You might have that nailed, though, with just being –
There you go. Here's a good angle.
Look at that.
Well, there was a good angle. People get out of the way.
Worth a shot.
Yep.
But it results in a Blue Jay first down. Big costly penalty there for the Tigers.
Well, it started with them being in the right position and not making that initial tackle, which isn't easy to do.
Yeah. Back to the Wildcat here. Cram's going to take it, try to bounce to the left side. It's going to fall forward for 7.
Nice blocking up in the middle there. Good hole for Titus to run through. Pretty easy 8-yard run.
Tackle by Levi Lewis. So 2nd and 3 for the Blue Jays, now on the Tigers side of the field. First snap on this side, I believe, for us.
Going to stick in Wildcat.
Cram up the middle. Has the first down. And a couple more on top of it. It's going to gain about 5 on the play.
Kind of wonder if we have had success running the football here in the Wildcat, if maybe we just don't stick with that here for the rest of the drive or until we punch one in the end zone.
42-yard line will be where this snap takes place. Cram with the Wildcat formation here. Ryle in motion. Hands off to Ryle. Ryle looking deep to Cole Miller. Ball is up, and Miller makes the catch, and that's a Blue Jay touchdown. Jordan Ryle to Cole Miller for 42 yards.
Had a feeling we'd see that play at some point. Really nice throw as usual from Ryle. Good execution. Secondary just kind of got lost there from Gilbert. I'm sure that they were definitely getting sucked up into the run. We ran it every single time besides the one out of Wildcat. So nice job out of the Jays there. Kind of needed that.
You were just trying to bait him into it by saying we'll just stick in the Wildcat here and run it.
Well, we stuck in the Wildcat.
Robinson's kick is up and good, and we have a tie ball game, 7-7. And you feel suddenly a lot better. It's always nice to not turn the ball over. 9:52 remaining in the second period here.
So Gilbert had a lot of excitement to start the game. Good opening drive. Got a couple turnovers. We'll see how they react here after giving up their first score. Sometimes with facing these types of offenses, you got to see it in person. You got to be there live to really get a feel for it, and you kind of wonder if our guys are starting to figure their offense out here a little bit. And I guess we'll see if Hawthorne comes back out at fullback too. I don't know if that was just kind of a give him a rest thing or.
I mean, he was up to 9 carries already, but I think he's used to carrying the load too.
He's a pretty important piece to the puzzle for them.
Cram's kick is up, and that's not going to be returned. Touchback again. Tigers will start their fourth drive here at the 25. Blue Jays looking to make a huge statement here by staying with the momentum. They've forced 3 and out, 4 and out the last 2. So if you can find a way to get the ball back with good field position.
For sure. And that's kind of what I talked about at the beginning is you don't want to allow them to get momentum. We saw that with their first drive because it'll take a quarter off the clock.
Pink in motion. A handoff is to Hawthorne, and it looked like Cram was in the backfield to bring him down, maybe for a loss of 1.
House makes that initial contact, tackles, got him by his feet, and he's got nowhere to go, and then the cleanup.
Score update for you. Lewis Central 35, Winterset nothing at the half. Not necessarily surprising.
No, not crazy surprising there.
How about this one? North Polk 14, Indianola 0 at half.
No, I think that.
What you were expecting as well.
Yeah, I think North Polk really kind of let one get away last week.
Yeah, Rash looking to throw, and he's hit from behind. House hit him when he was getting ready to throw, and they got a decision to make. Is this a fumble? They're acting like it is. And that's going to be a Blue Jay fumble recovery. House creates the fumble, and somebody dove on it. Not sure who yet.
Yeah, great hit here out of House. Beats his guy one-on-one. Let's see, Rash is I don't know if the arm's going forward there or not. Our camera angle doesn't really allow us to see it.
That replay, though, I mean, it's bang, bang. There's no video review at this level. If it's bang, bang, I'm not going to argue the call either way. So, obviously not here because it's for our benefit. This is Blue Jay Digital, not.
Looks.
This ain't ESPN. I'm not unbiased. So Blue Jays have it at the 15-yard line. Caleb Moore in the backfield. Ryle, play action. Looking for Cram in the corner. That ball's short. Oh, no. Out of bounds. Whew. Just couldn't quite get enough on that one.
No, it wasn't open, and I think Jordan was probably trying to throw that away, but that was close.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely felt a little nervous as that ball was drifting towards Aiden Short. Or Alden, sorry. Sorry, Alden. 2nd and 10 at the 15. ADM over Ballard 20-7 at the half. That one doesn't really surprise me either.
No, I thought maybe he might be hit more.
Yeah. Cram on the jet sweep with Caleb Moore, lead block. Cram gets the edge. He's pushing up the sideline. He's going to go out of bounds at about they're going to call it the 8-yard line. Gain of 7.
So the time before he ran that, Stevens did a really nice job of kind of forcing him back in, and that time he makes the mistake of jumping inside and giving up that outside edge. Gilbert does a pretty good job of pursuing, though, and not allowing Titus to take that thing to the house, because I thought for a moment that's what was going to happen.
I thought that stiff arm was going to happen a little bit earlier, but Mason Ritland was there to force him out. Caleb Moore in the backfield now. Takes the handoff up the middle, cuts back to the left, nowhere to go.
Nope.
Hawthorne in on the tackle along with number 42, Bowen Cruz. They pretty tough linebacking competition there.
Tough decision here for the Jays. It looks like we're rolling the kicker out.
4th and 4.
So that's a little disappointing after getting that turnover.
Yeah.
Great job out of the Tiger D to get a stand.
Well, we're doing a field goal, but Titus is lining up to kick the field goal.
Okay, I guess I thought I saw Joey George go out there, and I thought that was Robinson. We have not seen Titus kick a field goal, but definitely has the ability.
I think it had the distance. It's good. Field goal for the Blue Jays. 26-yard field goal. And Blue Jays take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, good job getting points off a turnover. Great job out of the defense to force that fumble. Gilbert does a nice job of really the first play, I think, not biting on play action was big out of them because I think we probably assumed that was going to be a touchdown and going to be open, but really had Titus double covered in the corner of the end zone. Maybe even get away with not throwing the pick there.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind the next time Ryle rolls out just seeing him take off because there seems to be a lot of room there.
It looked like there was some opening.
But field goals on the board. Blue Jays up 10-7, 8:01 remaining in the second. Cram will kick off again. Wind's still a pretty solid factor, blowing from the near side of the field to the visitor's side.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's died down much. That ball's in the end zone. Yep. Automatic touchback in high school.
I think I think the ball might have been out, but his feet were in, and in high
Either
school
way,
it doesn't matter. Either or in high school. If anything's in the end zone, it's a touchback. So going to be right at the 20 again. Blue Jays looking to have that same type of exciting success level, create another turnover maybe.
Well, and Gilbert tried to come out with the play action again on first down to keep the Blue Jays off balance.
Keeper, okay.
But, little dive option there.
That was a solid enough fake. I actually couldn't tell who had the ball.
And sometimes it might just be the QB follow. You set up a good fake to that fullback and essentially just kind of follow him through the hole because everybody's trying to tackle Hawthorne. We see that a lot with Carlisle. They love to run that play.
Yep. Yeah, they had a fun little back and forth. Carlisle and Gilbert did last week. Ended up in overtime, but
offsides. Against us. Probably going to be 2nd and 1.
Looks like House maybe jumped on that one with the man in motion.
And it's tough because they do run a ton of motion.
Yep.
They probably will go motion and hard count you. That stop motion where they think you think that they're running the play, then their guy stops. So sometimes you're anticipating and they don't actually snap it.
2nd and 1. I think that's Gillen in the backfield again.
Yep.
And he takes it up the middle, and I don't think he got back to the line.
I would agree. Unless he got a very generous spot, he is short.
He did gain, not lose, but not a TFL.
Set up a big 3rd and 1 here.
Because if you don't get this here, you really have to think about punting because if you get stopped back to back on second and 3rd and short, Gillen's still in the backfield.
Maybe you just see the QB sneak.
No wide receiver this time. There's the QB sneak, and I think he got through.
Yeah, it's just so hard to stop that, especially when you're under a yard.
Yeah. So really gained 2 on that play for Rash.
Yeah, they had a pretty nice push up the middle.
Good for a first down, 1st and 10, Tigers.
So it looks like Gillen's heading out, so I wonder if that was – I couldn't tell if that was Hawthorne that came back in. He is definitely their leading rusher on the season.
Yeah, that is Hawthorne in the backfield. Yep.
About 600 yards.
Bowen Cruz over here on the left tight end. Pink in motion. Hawthorne with the carry. Party of Blue Jays there to bring him down. It looked like it's actually going to be a loss on the play of a yard. Anytime you can keep Hawthorne in the backfield, that's a pretty solid win.
Yep, and it looked like it was one of our D linemen, again, kind of.
I think it might have been Winger on one side, and then House came from behind.
Yep.
No, that was Winger that wrapped around him. Okay.
Doing a nice job really coming from the backside to run that thing down. Not easy to do on a quick hit and play.
Right. Eldred split wide left. Pink in motion again. Play action. They're looking to pass. Rash has a man in his face. That ball's up and going to fall incomplete. He just had to get rid of that because Vanderlinden and House, I think, were both right there.
He about dropped that thing in there. Batney was dropping in coverage, which we don't see normally all year long. We've seen him as an edge rusher, but with what Gilbert's running tonight, that's kind of where he ends up. Good job out of the Jays to apply some pressure because if he would have had some time, I think he might have been able to drop that in there.
Well, Hawthorne had a head start coming out of the backfield.
Yep, and Batney kind of got caught flat-footed.
So 3rd and 11. Eldred to the high side. Tigers looking to the sideline for some adjustment. Pink, the man in motion. Play action, looking to pass again to Hawthorne, but that ball is batted down. I think that's James Cullum on the tip.
Uh-oh. That's going to be a first down. I think we got a after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct here.
Oh, man.
I didn't see how it unfolded, but I saw the flag come out.
Oh, yeah. Hayworth just came up through.
No, I think that one's on Titus.
Oh, was it?
Yep. And it really looked like it was within the play.
That's going to be a costly penalty for the Blue Jays. That was going to bring up 4th and long. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That definitely looked like it was in the play. It was it was before the pass was incomplete. Like, I don't know.
It was bang, bang.
Yeah.
I got a hard time throwing that one.
But it is what it is. It's now 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, maybe that kind of evens out with the one that Gilbert had on our sideline.
Rash trying to follow Hawthorne through the middle. Nowhere to go. Going to give him a yard on it.
Yep, definitely the QB follow play there, and our guys were much more prepared for that time than the last one. Basically a no gain on the play.
Blue Jays are doing a really good job defensively of flowing to the point of attack.
Well, and part of that is you're just making a huge pile.
Yeah.
You're not allowing any kind of push, so then there's really no gaps that are created. It's hard for those plays to work.
Eldred split near side. Stevens in motion. Hawthorne takes it up the middle, trying to drive ahead. Gets a couple yards, and somebody ended up completely upside down there, but gain of 3.
Well, again, that's one of those scrum plays. There's a lot of bodies in there. Haven't seen them they haven't had success with the fullback for a little while, so that's one of their better runs in the last couple series. He's a solid dude.
Yep.
Not easy to bring down.
3rd and 5. Same formation. Hawthorne in the backfield, planting that big hand on the ground. Play action, screen pass, and Pink makes the first man miss, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Very similar screen to what they just ran before. And our D-line is just kind of pinning their ears back, and that's what you want on a screenplay. All of them coming after the quarterback and a little bit of a linebacker blitz. So that's a perfect play call for what was going on there out of the Jays defense.
Graham came up maybe a little too interested in laying the boom and ended up missing the tackle. It was going to be right at the first down marker, so it was going to be tough to
there's a point in time you just got to make the tackle.
Yep.
They can't all be big hits.
Pink in motion. Pitch out to Pink, trying to get to the outside. Good job forcing it back in by Parker there.
Yep, not for sure who that was on the edge, but
I think it was Parker out there, but yeah.
Really nice job of turning that thing in, getting off the blocker, and making the play.
Gain of 2, brings up
Yep,
second.
You're right. You're right half the time, so nice job.
Yeah. And the other half of the time you just don't acknowledge it. Oh.
Fair enough.
3 minutes remaining here in the half. Yeah, Alden short to the near side this time, and Batney's going to come out, and they're going to have Hayworth go top. And now Rash tried the keeper. Cram was there to help force it in. Joey George with the tackle from the back as well. Going to gain a yard, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long. I'm not sure.
They're not even trying to run the option. It's fake to the fullback and basically follow up and in. If he would have ran the option there, it looked like he maybe had an option to.
So I'm interested what would have happened, though, because Batney came out there as a cornerback but had no intentions, I don't think, of guarding the receiver. He just came out to get a wider angle to force it in.
We're kind of in that area they've been multiple times, 3rd and 8, around that 35-yard line. Good chance you're going to go for it on 4th down, so might see another run.
Blue Jays protecting that double again. Rash looking deep, but has double coverage to the left, so now not a lot of room to go. Throw is high and incomplete.
We got 57, 10 yards downfield. That maybe
should be a penalty.
Should have been a penalty.
Pass is incomplete. 4th and 7 or 8 here at the 35-yard line.
Which, when you're a lineman, you're assuming that pass is going to be
Right.
made, and that's why you're getting downfield. But
They really only had one receiver out there to start with, though, and Blue Jays had double coverage on him, so you really don't want to throw it up there.
It was going to the screen to the middle.
Yeah.
They were running the play that they ran earlier.
Looks like the Tigers going for it here. Pink in motion, play action. They're looking to pass again. Vanderlinden on the quarterback, and that ball was incomplete, thankfully, because it was 4th down. That would have cost us, 20 yards almost.
You want to get one in the stat book, but,
yeah, but not at the cost of that.
Nope, 15, 20 yards there.
So 1:59 remaining. Blue Jays will have it at the 35. 3 timeouts remaining. We'll see what we can make happen here.
I think this will be Jordan Ryle's time here to shine. Kind of let him drop back and unleash it.
You got that same text. Ryle in the backfield. Cram, jet sweep. Keeps it, cuts up the middle, back to the left side. He's got the first down, hurdles over a man, and he's going to go down at the 48. Is that going to be the penalty for hurdling?
Yep, which I think is a 15-yarder for hurdling. At some point, somebody's got to tell him you can't hurdle.
Yeah.
I know that he's maybe gotten away with it a few times, but it is a penalty in high school. And I think we'll see what the call is. I mean, I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
2 guys through it.
So you gain 15, and then you go back 15.
And, we don't see it called very often because not very many people have the capability of actually hurdling other humans.
So where do they call that?
I think it should go from the spot.
I don't think they did. I think they did 5 yards.
No, they did it from the 45 to the 30.
But he hurled way back here at the 50.
No, they both threw the flags at the 45.
All right.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You're right, maybe half the time.
Tackle in the backfield. There.
Yeah, I kind of thought Titus had the ball.
Yeah.
It was a good. I thought it was good play action or a good play fake there, but the Tigers apparently were not fooled.
Yeah, lose 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and long. Minute 20 remaining now. Now you have a tough question of, are you trying to score or are you trying to burn a clock?
Well, I think you got to take another shot here. It's 2nd and 16. Let's throw the ball down the field. And right here, it looks like Gilbert's kind of playing man-to-man, so.
Screen pass to Moore. Yep. Cuts to the left side, has a blocker out in front and winger across the first down and midfield.
That's kind of
been down at the 49.
That play's been a bread and butter.
Yep.
The last couple of years, we've got so many good guys out on the perimeter that it's hard not to commit a lot of bodies to them. So a lot of times that middle is open. And as usual, D linemen, they see quarterback and they don't slow down. They don't realize that they're unblocked for a reason.
It's going to be the Blue Jays' first timeout. Caleb Moore has done such a great job with these screen passes. And then you see Noah Winger running out there 15 yards downfield, getting that lead block. And if you're a defensive back, you don't want the offensive tackle hitting you downfield.
Definitely puts us in a really good position here with 2 timeouts and 50 yards to go to get a score before halftime.
Definitely eliminates the question of whether you're trying to burn clock.
The clock is no longer an issue.
It's amazing what one play does there.
And I think with the way that Gilbert plays offense, you're okay taking a couple shots there, and if you don't get it, you don't get it. They are not a quick strike team.
So 49-yard line of the Blue Jays here. Pretty close to handing it off on back-to-back jet sweeps. Close enough that it looked like maybe he took it both times. So I don't know if you're ever going to get to the point where people don't believe he's getting the ball when he takes the jet sweep.
Yeah, at least that side of the field is gonna sell out.
Ryle takes the snap. Looking downfield, has a lot of time,
Wide
throws the ball
open.
up. Titus is going to be just not quite able to get there. Just a tad over.
And Jordan's got unbelievable arm strength. You'd think that you're not going to be able to overthrow Titus, but he can chuck it a long ways.
Well, I mean, that wind still is blowing, and, you know, you let a ball fly 30 yards in the air, the wind's going to have an impact no matter what. But
we got 2nd and 10. 45 seconds left.
you go Corey and Batney to the near side, Miller and Cram to the high side.
Well,
and timeout Gilbert.
Timeout Gilbert. Realistically, the way Titus kicked the last one, I think if you get to a 50-yard field goal, 45,
you're going to let it try?
You've got a legitimate shot. So you're looking to get to at least probably the 30-yard line.
I don't know where that ball landed, but I know it was past the lights.
And it was definitely going to the left, and that's which way the wind's blowing. So you have to –
you want to be right hash.
Make an adjustment for sure. But definitely has the leg power.
We should just score a touchdown and not worry about it.
I was going to say, I'm sure we would rather score a touchdown. But if we're in that scenario to kick it,
Beastie Boys is on. That'll help.
Always.
At least I assume that still helps. I mean, I don't know. I'm old enough now. I don't know that half of these kids know who Beastie Boys is, but
a few of them do.
I would hope so. Otherwise, their parents have really questionable decision making. Yeah. So 2nd and 10, 49-yard line. Judging by the group that's out there, I think you're going to have that same formation. So you got Batney going to the high side, and Landon going to the high side, and Titus and Cole Miller to the near side.
Cole needs to be up on the line. I'm not sure he was set, but.
And they make the throw to Landon Corey for a first down, gain of 12.
I think if you're Gilbert, that's way too easy, especially with the clock stopping on a first down. Might need to tell the chain gang to slow down a little bit.
No one's ever accused them of that. Ryle gets the pass off, complete to Batney.
Going to need a timeout
here. Gain of 5. Timeout Blue Jays.
You're closing in on that field goal range, but you're down to one timeout. Obviously, the clock's going to stop on first downs, getting out of bounds. I think you need to probably get one more first down and maybe take a shot or two at the end zone.
Okay.
It appears that Gilbert is just kind of playing
off,
prevent soft type of stuff, letting us catch it underneath. Obviously, they're kind of hoping for, hey, let's try to get the clock ran out.
Right.
A lot of times that gets you in trouble.
Well, and if you're the Tigers, you're looking at it where we don't care if we give up the field goal; it's still one score.
Yep, I mean, for sure at this point, you don't want to give up a field goal, but you can live with that.
Yeah.
You
Blue Jays will get the ball coming out of half.
You do not want to give up a touchdown. Looks like it's going to be
Batney and
4 wide,
Landon
but trips.
And Titus to the right. Cole Miller ISO on the left.
Confusion out of Gilbert in the secondary.
And Titus was hit twice right away. Ryle trying to get guys a miss. Tries to throw it to Caleb Moore. That's a good job avoiding a 20-yard loss at least.
Well, and the thing about the Gilbert's D-line right here, an adjustment that they've maybe made, is they got a 32 and a 20 chasing after the quarterback, so it's going to be hard for them to get away because they got some actual guys that can run, not just your typical big boy chasing after them.
Well, and I think 32, Tayshawn Gillen, is their normal defensive end, but 20 did not start last week, Dylan Terry. So that might be the adjustment right there. I mean, obviously, we would do the same thing with Carlisle, bringing in another heavier body. So,
and Gillen, I'm sure, is their starter.
And that's offsides on the Tigers.
Yeah, those two edge rushers that I was just talking about, they were trying to
just a little too quick.
Yep, trying to get a head start. I think it's going to be a first down. It was pretty close. Yep.
They're confident. There you go.
Down to 21 seconds. I definitely think that's put us in
field goal range.
An attempted field goal here. From the 29, you're looking at a 46-yarder.
Trips right again. Miller alone to the left. Ryle looking right. Get that ball off, and he does. And Cram, has it go through his hands, and he gets lit up. That's going to be a penalty, I think, on a hit on a defenseless receiver.
We saw that a couple weeks ago here. We didn't like it at that time.
This was a little more
looked like
aggressive than that one, though.
Looked like head-to-head.
Yeah, that's not that I'm looking for it, but I wouldn't be surprised that it's head-to-head.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if
call.
they said that he needed to get looked at either, though, but he popped back up. So
that's gonna move us down to the 15.
Yeah.
Still got a timeout. Probably got at least two shots at the end zone now.
Glad to see him pop up after that. That was a pretty aggressive bounce off the.
Yeah, no, he took a pretty good smack.
So ball's just inside. He's gonna call it right at the 15 now. It was the 14 and a half, and half of 29 is 15 today.
Close enough, I guess.
If that 1 yard makes the difference, that's our fault. Just go score.
So in high school with targeting, are you not thrown out?
I don't think so.
Seems kind of strange.
Ryle gets the pass off through Corey's hands. Good job putting that pass on the money with the pressure in his face, though.
You would think at the lower levels that the punishment would be stricter than what they would be at a collegiate level.
I think they look at it, though, that college you should know better to avoid that. In high school, they just don't have as high expectations of the defender either. I'm not sure it makes sense, but. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 9.4 seconds on the clock.
Probably got one more crack at it, unless you can run this thing in about 3 seconds.
Well, and you got the timeout, so you can throw wherever, but you don't have a lot of time to run after you catch it. So Ryle lets it go to the corner of the end zone. Cram is there and is incomplete.
Nice job. Got a hold, so that's going to push it. I assume they're going to take that, push it back. Nice job out of the Tigers, really kind of converting on that corner ball. Pretty good ball.
Yep. I mean, that's a tough ball into the wind all the way across the field. That's a long pass into the wind.
He had a decent shot at it, but 2 Tigers were there. That's tough to haul in. This is – now you kind of wonder I don't know why you decline
There's
this
no
penalty.
logical reason that you'd decline it because there's 2.8 seconds. But
I'm a little worried about Titus kicking now, just kind of what the last couple plays.
He's got a little bit of a beating, but he's taken a lot of hits over the years. You're going to let him give this a shot. He is going to spot up at the 32, so it would be a 42-yard field goal attempt. I would argue the wrong half.
Yep, I would agree. Not with the way the wind's blowing. So you're definitely going to need to aim outside the right goal post here, right upright.
Boone Obright, the holder, and Tigers are going to take their final timeout. I think that actually is not a bad thing for us. You're not really icing it as much as you're setting everybody up.
No, I think you're allowing him to kind of catch his breath there a little bit. I think I would just went ahead and let him kick it. Just after running a bunch of offense and taking a couple big hits. Don't let him regain his composure here.
So as we move into halftime, we will plan to show the cheer, the dance, their Palm Squad, and the band's halftime performance. So go ahead and stay with us for that if that's what you're here for, or if you're just here for everything. But
pure entertainment.
Yep. Obviously not here for us. Football, band, cheer, dance, whatever else you're here for.
Let's be honest. Everybody's got us on mute right now.
I would hope so. Can you imagine having to listen? Well, wait, you have students in class all day, so people do have to listen to you all the time.
Yep, they drew the short straw. Got about a 42-yarder here.
Yep. Not sure where the pressure's coming from. Kick is low, line driver. Just didn't really ever get that thing off the ground. And so we're going to go into halftime. Blue Jays are up 10-7. And we will be back for the second half.
Cameron. The team is managed by Kinsey Cameron and coached by Brianna Holland and Mallory Dobbs. Fun Rant Dance Team.
Take my best back, God in my zone to rain. Shawty is cold like the fire, cold like fire.
The Blue Jay Pride Marching Band presents Into the Horizon.
Bondurant Men's Club prides itself on providing family-focused fun events and making a positive impact on our community. Over the last year, we have donated over $22,000 to these organizations and programs. Breakfast with Santa, Easter egg hunt, Summerfest, Veterans Wreaths Across America, Courtyard Estates, Trailhead Adopt a Park, After Prom, Youth Fishing Derby, Little League, Soccer Club, Youth Football, High School Football Streaming, and the Library Summer Reading Program. In 2024, the tradition continues with our 50th year of bringing Summerfest to Bondurant. To find out more, you can visit the Bondurant Men's Club on Facebook.
On November 7th, Bondurant for Our Community School District will ask voters to consider a
zero, zip, zilch, zero
tax increase bond referendum to fund new and expanded school facilities. These projects are critical to support our current and future growth.
What will it mean for our students?
If approved by voters, the $48 million bond referendum would allow for 3 main projects. Let's take a look at a bird's eye view of the plan.
1.
In addition to the high school that would expand cafeteria space, relocate boys wrestling, add space for girls wrestling, additional related arts classrooms, and a larger fitness center. This project could start as early as next school year.
2.
A new elementary school that would open in the fall of 2027, serving students in preschool and kindergarten. This school would be located on a new site separate from the existing campuses, off of 2nd Street Northeast, just north of the co-op.
3.
A varsity baseball and softball complex at the high school campus, as well as tennis and pickleball courts through a partnership with the City of Bondurant. This project would also include nearby parking. The construction date is dependent on the timing of funds.
How can we do all this with zero tax increase?
Bondurant is one of the faster growing communities in our state. With new houses comes new students, but even more of our growth has been in commercial property. This commercial growth is the #1 reason the district can borrow up to $48 million for the projects without increasing your school tax rate.
How did we get here?
Facilities planning is an ongoing process that includes a lot of research, input, and careful thought. And as always, we consider the impact on our students, staff, and community members. The Board of Education is calling for this bond referendum as a way to gain upfront funding and make long-lasting improvements to our schools.
Families continue to choose our schools because of the way we support and engage all learners. Voter approval of this bond referendum will help us continue to provide the high-quality educational experience our district is known for and our community expects.
Please learn all you can about the bond referendum and remember to vote on or before November 7th. Go Bluejays!
Hello Bluejays, I'm Garrett Monson.
And I'm Maddie Ray.
Welcome back to the ring.
On this episode,
All right, welcome back, Blue Jay fans. Hope you enjoyed a halftime as we start the second half here. Blue Jays will be receiving the ball up 10-7. A little tighter game than maybe we were hoping for, but we'll see if we can pick up the action here a little bit more in the second half. Blue Jays plagued a little bit by injuries, and then both teams a little bit by penalties. But
yeah, a couple bad turnovers that put Gilbert in pretty good position in a really nice opening drive out of the Tigers that they scored on. Kind of set the tone early on, took a lot of time off the clock. And we just haven't been very crisp. We've had some turnovers. Gilbert's done a good job when we've thrown it to get some pressure on our quarterback to speed up some throws. So hopefully they made some adjustments at halftime.
Short kick, Hayworth picks it up and is going to get brought down at the 20. I'm glad he kept the ball because when he kind of picked it up, I was a little nervous of what might happen. But
yeah, we saw a couple weeks ago Lewis Central wasn't able to get back on a punt, and that looked kind of similar.
Yeah,
he's had two miscues there on kickoff return. Just hurts you on field position, and that
just
that
makes
risk,
you nervous.
Yeah, that risk of turning the ball over. The other one was right down their sideline.
Blue Jays will come out in the pistol formation. Caleb Moore back. You got Miller and Cram to the left. Aiden McDonald to the right. Start the second half. Play action. Deep pass to McDonald. Just a little bit over his reach. I think Aiden maybe came in and needed to go straight up the sideline on that one.
Yeah, definitely took Gilbert by surprise. I'm sure they weren't expecting him to be streaking down the sideline, especially after seeing jet sweep multiple times to Cram.
Just a little, probably less reps between those two, and so you just not quite as crisp.
Ralph might be used to a guy that runs a little bit faster than that.
6'4" and jumps really high, yeah. Caleb Moore up the middle like a rocket. He's still on his feet. He's going to get brought down after a gain of 13 or 14.
Great run, and I think you could definitely see a little bit of this half where Titus is kind of a decoy. Saw it on the first play here, and maybe give the ball to Moore a little bit more. Such a physical runner. That's a really nice job out of the O-line block, and you'll take that all night long. I think I'm sticking with that until they stop it.
Yeah. You got Cram out here to the near side, Miller to the high side. Same play up the middle, and there you go.
There you go.
You asked
ready
for it, and there it was.
Yep.
Levi Lewis in the backfield to stop that one for a short loss. So brings up second and 10.5.
Much better job there out of the Tigers. Really kind of get to him. Thought it was a TFL there. They put him back at the line of scrimmage.
I think they did us a favor on that one then.
That's probably a yard. A yard and a half further than he got. Looking at the replay here.
Looks like we pulled right out of that gap, and Lewis just stepped right into it.
Yep, shot that gap. We've seen that a couple times, so I'm sure that their linebackers have been trained for that. You see Pohl shoot through the gap.
Back to the pistol. Cram near side, Miller high side. Snap, play action. Ryle passes low, and going to be a catch by Cole Miller. Nice job going down to get that. No risk of an interception for sure, as he put that where the only chance was that Cole was going to catch it.
Good timing route there, and just enough for that first down. Little play action. Ryle delivers a dart there. Gilbert's sideline didn't like it, but ref was right there.
Right. He was in a better position than any of us. So.
Yep. I could not see it through the reflection of the window.
I see my face or the reflection of it. Cram coming near side, and they had a penalty. Illegal shift or too many men in the –
I'm guessing two guys moving. Yep.
Well, it takes back 5 yards and replay first down. One game of note that 3:30 remaining. And
watching the replay there, I didn't
see a second?
I didn't see anything, but –
ADM Tigers are up 20-13 over Ballard, but ADM does have the ball, so only 3.5 minutes to go in that one. ADM, one of those top 2 or 3 teams at most probably on most people's polls.
Definitely a team we're probably wanting to see lose if we're looking to host a playoff game.
I think we were setting up a screen there.
It looked like a crossing route. We're kind of clearing out the top side and bringing a receiver across the field.
Okay, Caleb Moore was 30 yards downfield looking for a pass. So.
And I think we're looking for Miller, who starts on the left, to come over to the right. But once again, the Tigers are really doing a nice job of getting some pressure on our quarterback and not allowing him to set his feet and throw. And you run that risk a little bit when we have some long developing routes.
Yep.
We aren't throwing a ton of quick stuff. A lot of our stuff has been down the field tonight.
Cramming Miller to the near side, and the Blue Jays are going to take a timeout, but to avoid the delayed game. That'll be their first timeout of the second half.
Well, and you're missing Falsgraf, who went down in the first quarter of the first drive. Yep. So you're kind of wondering if some guys are playing a little bit different spot, lining up in a different position, because it looked like we had some confusion there in the huddle. So Jays used that first time out of the half.
Looking to draw up something to not necessarily pick up all of it, but a lot of times this would be where you'd look for that screen play. You already got them to bite on it one time. They're probably going to be watching for it a little bit more right here, or at least defensively you'd expect them to. And so,
yeah, anytime we get into that spread like set, you should probably be telling your D-line you're going to have to be ready for the screen. If they don't block you, it's for a reason. Let's see here, formation-wise, it looks like we got same personnel.
Oh, ADM's quarterback might have been knocked out.
Well, that would definitely change them, man. That'd be a bad break for them, already losing their tailback.
Ryle picks it up off the turf, and he's going to get tackled for a big loss. Just a little trouble with that snap, and ends up losing about 15 on the play.
Wasn't sure if the snap was a little bit low, or maybe Jordan just pulled out a little bit early.
Yeah, a little tough to tell.
It's kind of low, but
either way,
normally he catches that, and it was going to be a rollout, so I think he was looking to get it and go.
Yep.
Could see that screen here. I imagine they're looking for it, but it's a long ways to go.
Yeah. I mean, at a minimum, you're looking to pick up something.
Yeah, I think you want to be safe here, get something.
Switch fields. You're going to actually go Wildcat here. Or no,
nope,
that is quarterback. Titus in the backfield. Low snap again. Hands it off to Cram. Cram now trying to cut up the middle. Gets to the outside. Still on his feet. And he's going to gain about 14 or 15 back.
Close to 15 yards, and definitely helps with that field position battle. Now you got a shot at putting that thing inside the 20.
Anytime you get him in open space, you just don't know. But
I think Gilbert probably went a little soft, which they should, with 3rd and 30. You're just going to play, keep everything in front of you.
And that was Hawthorne that came crushing back. He was deep in the backfield and came flying back downfield to make the tackle. Just a good hustle play.
When Titus has got the ball, you better have a lot of guys getting to the party.
Well, not everybody likes to hit Titus, but I imagine Hawthorne isn't too concerned about hitting somebody. Ryle's kick is up and away. Let's get a good bounce here, and it does. And it's still rolling, and it's going to go almost to the 10, down at the 11. So it's going to be a 48-yard punt.
Yeah, that 15-yard run really ends up being pretty big, because now all of a sudden they got to go 90 yards.
Tell you what, both punters have a really nice finish to their punts today to get the better statistical look.
That's the thing with turf. Sometimes you just got to get the ball down, get it rolling.
Yep.
It's almost better sometimes that way than kicking a beautiful punt that the returner is going to catch.
So the Tigers will have their first possession of the second half. Looking to see if they can gain an opportunity to go downfield and score, but they will have 89 yards to run here.
I'll be interested to see if they made any tweaks at halftime.
Stevens in motion left side, handoff Hawthorne up the middle. He's going to drive forward for probably 3.5.
Just how they started the game with a little midline play right up the middle with Hawthorne. And I think you mentioned his stats at halftime. Felt like he had more yards rushing than what he ended up with.
Yeah, 12 carries for 22 yards is all he had, which, it feels like he was doing more than that. But
a lot of his is setting up other plays.
Absolutely.
The QB option or the QB keep around the end.
He matters on every play as
the QB follow right here. Because so many guys are committing to tackle him. His stats might not look pretty tonight, but he is being effective.
Yeah. Rash stop for no gain, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Blue Jays big spot here. Tigers, on the other hand, need to get something going here. Otherwise, you're going to look at turning it back over and potentially really good field position.
Yeah, punt from here, you might get it inside the 50.
Pink fakes his motion, comes back to set. One receiver each side. Alden short near side. I believe Eldred to the high side. Looking to pass is Rash. Rolling out now, pressure, and he's going to get sacked. That's going to be intentional grounding inside the 5.
So now you're going to be punt from about the 2 because you're going to get a loss of down, half the distance to the goal.
So it's half the distance from the line of scrimmage, though. So
Actually,
that's going to be at
I
the
think
6.
I think I'm wrong. I think it's a spot foul on grounding.
Okay. I feel like this.
I thought it's 5 yards.
They changed some rules this year to make them less detrimental to the offense. I don't remember if this was one of them or not, though.
I thought it was a 5-yard penalty, loss of down, spot foul.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see we'll see if this is one of your 50% right or wrong. Holding. Okay,
both.
Okay. Either way, now we might not ever know because they're probably going to take the grounding.
So if it's at the 6, then that'd be half the distance from the ball was at the 15, right? So
ball was at the 12. Oh yeah, sorry,
it was at the 15. So they're marking it at the. So they're going half the distance from. I'm guessing that's from the intentional grounding.
So
either way,
who was right?
I think that's your right because he's on the very back line.
This is a tough one.
This better not be a high snap or you're taking him out of bounds.
And this is where, I was going to say, this is where the punter steps out of bounds on accident.
Gets the punt off, a good punt. Guthrie's looking to get over there and
get away.
Yep, fakes into it. Ooh, we got lucky there because we had a blocker that was almost there as well. But Blue Jays are going to get the ball at the 40 to start this one.
Yeah, I know we wanted to get it, but we were getting really good field position, and it wasn't rolling straight south. That thing was rolling sideways, so good job.
Positioning-wise, I'm glad he just didn't assume and give up 15 extra yards. But, we committed a penalty?
15-yarder, it looks like.
Was that roughing the punter? I didn't see it at all. I was watching the punt.
Maybe we should stop talking
so
much.
You watch the official, I'll watch the replay. How about that?
Well, they're taking it from the 40, so that must be
there's
during the play.
There's nothing on the punter, but I don't know.
It must have been during the play. Must have been behind the play. We didn't see anything on
I'll tell you what, there's been a couple today, too, where they've just kind of decided people were being too aggressive, and they didn't like it, and at some point, it's still football. But that'll bring us back to our own 45 for a first down. 6:23 remaining.
We got Batney coming in here. No, we're not sure. Now McDonald's going out.
You didn't break the huddle with that.
You were in a huddle. And you had 12, so that's probably why they gave you the flag.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the vicinity. Yeah, he was in the huddle. So you broke it with 12. That's a tough one because I think there was just a little confusion on our guys on who was supposed to be in.
And that probably goes back to just a minor adjustment because you got one receiver that is always out there that isn't, and changes your setup a little bit, but – Miller and Cram to the high side. Caleb Moore in the backfield takes the handoff, looking to go right up the middle, and is going to get drugged down after a gain of 5. That is number 42, Bowen Cruz, again on the tackle.
Yeah, that's a great job out of the O-line. Really getting a good push here. And a couple of those DNs are small for Gilbert, so I think you got to be able to attack those guys a little bit. Gets the penalty yards back anyway.
Yeah, I ended up giving him 6 on that play. Ryle to the right this time. Cram in the Wildcat. Ryle in motion. Going to take off right up the middle. drags forward a little bit, gets pulled backwards, going to get to they're going to get him all the way to the 48.
Yeah, I thought initially that thing was parting like the Red Sea, and he was going to be off and running. But one of the players in the Gilbert secondary really do a nice job of coming up and making a tackle here.
I think that's Nash Hansen.
Actually, it was their outside linebacker who snuck in there.
Yeah, that's number 11, Nash Hansen. Really nice play by him.
Yep, really kind of a one-on-one tackle. Yeah. We don't get to see that very often.
No. Ryle in motion. Cram trying to go backside, cuts back up towards the middle, spins to the right, and he's going to be for a first down at the 39-yard line, 38-yard line. Blue Jay first down. Oh, that's the 43. My bad.
Either way, it's still a first down. First down. Again, pretty good blocking here out of the Blue Jays. I will say that Gilbert has not loaded the box up quite like some of the other teams we've seen against Wildcat. They kind of are okay with their 7. I think maybe trying to prevent the big one.
Yeah.
And maybe hoping for a little miscue here and there.
Play action, same play. Cram up the middle, gets met after about 2 yards.
I wonder if they dare to pull out the Ryle jet sweep pass again.
Yeah.
It was definitely wide open in the first half.
Yeah.
I got to think that they've talked to their corner about that play and not allowing that to happen again, but might be worth a look.
Do you have anybody else out there? If Jordan takes that, can he? I mean, I think there's a shot for him to just run the corner.
Oh, I think there's possibility.
So,
I'm sure they're not actually anticipating him getting the ball. That seemed very slow developing.
Yeah.
We looked almost on the jet sweep was slow.
I was almost convinced nobody had the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if we could have called that a jet.
Jog.
Yeah, jog motion.
Golf cart motion.
Yeah. It looked like Cohen there did a nice job of, I think that was Cohen. Maybe that was Gillen did a nice job of getting off of his block and making the tackle at the line of scrimmage. It's a big play here for the Blue Jays, 3rd and about 6.
Wildcat formation again. Jet sweep to the near side. Cram going to try and follow the lead block. Nowhere to go, but cuts back, and he's got a first down. Good cut back by Titus Cram, and he fires straight ahead. Blue Jay first down.
We've seen some teams do a nice job of taking away that reach play, stretch play, but Titus, being the running back that he is, does a great job of creating something out of nothing there.
Ends up with 14 on the carry.
Yeah, I mean, it really should have been a tackle at the line of scrimmage, if not a loss.
So first down at the 25. Blue Jays rolling now. And you've kind of just ran the same play, 4 or 5 straight times.
Similar.
6 now. A little hesitation. That almost gave the look of Titus maybe being a little tired. That's several straight carries for him.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that jump pass even again.
Yeah.
That thing was pretty nice in the first half. I'm sure Caleb will like one more crack at that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb would just like the ball in his hand anywhere possible right now. I mean, he's like, oh, you can shoot me a screen pass, run me across the middle. I don't really care. I'll take the snap too. And you're going to have –
we're having some discussion there. We're not in the Wildcat here.
That's more in the backfield behind Ryle. Handoff, fake. Throws out to Cram and makes the first guy miss. Going to pick up about 4 or 5 more. 3rd and
that's that's interesting because I don't know how many times we've seen that play to Titus right there. You kind of wonder if it was just he's filling in for Falsgraf and Ryle says, hey, go out there and run a hitch.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it looked like. And that's just an athlete being an athlete, though.
Yeah.
Both those guys.
More in the backfield now. 3rd and 4.
Almost got a guy to jump off sides.
And quick out to Cole Miller, and that's going to be a Blue Jay first down. Quick gain of 6, just nice little pitch and catch.
Closing in here at the end of the quarter, down to a minute to play.
Good for a first down, 1st and 10, Blue Jays.
Jay's kind of been methodical here. Just a
Yep.
nice, long, time-consuming drive.
It's really not something we've seen a lot
No,
this year.
we've been
It's
pretty
been
much
big
all
play all year, and this is the
big hitters.
Yep.
And this has probably been one of our
I think
longest.
14 is the longest play of this drive for us. A little odd motion, and Titus going to cut right up the middle, and that's going to be a Blue Jay touchdown. Titus Cram for 14 yards. Penalty on us? Where?
What do we got here? Somebody's yelling up here in the booth that we got a penalty. It does appear that it's coming back.
I don't see the flag anywhere. Do you?
I haven't seen him motion. Okay, the white hat is the one that actually threw it. I'm not for sure.
I
Let me
don't
go
see
back
anything
and
there.
let me go back and look at this. Well, that's not what I want.
Illegal shift.
Illegal shift is the call against the Blue Jays.
All right.
That was not what I wanted to do on my iPad.
So that's going to bring us back to the 19.
After the penalty, Blue Jays
I
have it 1st and 15.
don't see anything except for the one man in motion. So you got me.
Yeah, I wasn't able to go back and look on the replay.
There was nobody else moving.
Besides Jordan. Maybe the referee didn't like the pace of the motion.
I guess. I don't know. But going to take Titus and the Wildcat from the 23. There's a late flag. That might be
interesting. I think, again, our sideline maybe got us one.
Well, that's what it worries me when it's all the way over there.
No, I think this is going to be on a Gilbert player. Got a little excessive, a little late with one of our guys.
Okay. I trust that Jordan clapping means that it's against them. Dead ball, foul.
Hawthorne, a little hip toss.
Okay. So we're swapping penalties here, and
yeah, that's definitely a big one. Going to be half the distance to the goal. So we'll see where this puts us.
I love that he's walking it off a quarter step at a time.
Let's see. So we ran to the 15.
Yep.
So it should be about a 7.5-yard penalty. Put us at the, well, according to them, probably the 8.
It's at the 7.5, I think.
Okay.
All right. So,
that it is.
So they're going to
Last
say
time I think we were
first down,
shortchanged a half a yard.
7.5. No, is this second down? What's he holding up? Is he holding up 2 fingers? He's holding
Second
up 2
down.
fingers.
It was post-play, so you shouldn't
That's
get
what
a
I
replay.
thought, but our flag team, or our down team over there had first down, so I believed him for a second.
Blue Jays have it, 2nd and 5.
All right, so you got Cram in the Wildcat, Ryle to the left, Miller to the right, Ryle in motion, Cram up the middle, cutting to the left. He's going to be in now for the Blue Jay touchdown. Titus Cram from 8 yards out.
You know, eventually you keep doing it and you just wear them down.
Yeah.
They get tired of tackling Titus. They get tired of the big old lineman leaning on them, and that right there is a really nice job. Everybody gets somebody.
Who's got that pancake right there?
Vanderlinden was the guy that I thought pulled up through. Getting the last guy, if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Kick is good.
Kick is good from Jace Robinson. You gotta love pancakes, you know. So
here's a nice little view.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful pancake. Somebody get that kid some stacks in the morning.
And really, it was all 3 or 4 guys over there with great blocks.
So Blue Jays now 17-7 lead, 48.7 seconds remaining in the third. Breathing a little easier if you're on the Blue Jay side, but got work to do.
Yeah, our defense has not been on the field much here
No.
in the third quarter. Really pinned Gilbert deep on their opening possession. Had a punt from basically the 0-yard line.
Cram will come out to kick off. I'm just replaying this replay one more time just for the fun of it. But, yeah, real good downfield blocking from the whole group there. Titus has a couple of touchbacks already. We'll see what we can get out of this one. A little pooch kick, trying to get the onside-er, and good catch. Is that Gillum?
It looked like him, and that's a great play out of him.
Yep. Tayshawn Gillum with the sliding catch.
Because if that thing gets to the ground, you're not for sure where that's going to end up.
Alternatively, that's only, a first down difference from if you kick a touchback. So it's not.
It's probably worth the risk.
Yeah.
Again, they're not a big hitting team, big plays. So
interestingly, Ballard tried that against them too, and I don't think they normally did that or Carlisle did last week, and they don't normally do that. Might have been backwards, but
I don't think it was backwards, but he should have not have caught it because now he's going to be 3 yards behind the sticks. Are we getting a signal here?
We are. We're going to go all the way to the back.
We're going to go to the back, Judge?
I can't.
Guys, that's not a catch.
He did wave it off.
Yeah,
the guy at the way back did wave it off. But
watching the replay, it's not even close. I don't know what we're talking about.
It's cold. It's cold for everybody. But I would say Carlisle actually tried that same exact spot where they kicked it. So I don't know if there's something on film that's people have seen.
Yeah, you might think that there's kind of an opening there that you can attack.
41 seconds.
Got to put some time back up on the clock because initially we thought it was caught because they didn't give a signal.
Well, informing the people upstairs running the scoreboard apparently is overrated. Yep. So bring up 2nd and 10 here. 2 receivers to the left. We haven't seen a lot of two formation sets from them.
No, you're kind of getting to that point now where you might have to start pulling some things out.
Pink going in motion the other way. Hawthorne. No, not Hawthorne. Rash kept it.
He did. He tried the QB follow again, and I think it was House. Was sitting right there on that play.
Blue Jays have done a good job of just basically hitting everybody coming through.
Yep, and again, that's why it's really important that everybody does their job. It is House.
It is House. I feel like that's really a half-yard loss. That's a sack to me.
They're very generous on their spots. We have benefited from a couple ourselves. That's going to be the end of the quarter. Jay's got that 10-point lead after a touchdown by Titus Cram in the third.
So going to be 3rd and 10 when we come back, but big spot here coming up as we look to our third quarter break. A little shout out to all of our great Booster Club sponsors. We got a graphic on screen. You can see some of those great businesses that have been supporting us. If you are interested in such things, you can find out more information either through the Bondurant for Our Athletic Boosters Facebook group or on the Bondurant for Our School website. But thank you to all of our great sponsors here. We hope you support them and help them support us because we like good, great community sponsors here. But
yeah, absolutely fantastic job out of a lot of these people in companies. Really always making sure they take care of our kids. We're always very well outfitted.
Yep.
Got everything that we need.
But we can always use more. Oh.
Well.
Just ask the coaches. There's always something new and cool that you could buy that would help people.
You coach a sport that just runs. You don't need a lot of stuff.
Oh. Parachutes, things like that, no?
Still got some of those.
Okay. They last a long time. As long as you don't use them today.
Yeah. 3rd and 10 here for the Tigers. This really is a big play for them because if they don't get it, going to have to end up punting. And momentum right now is definitely in the Blue Jay favor.
A little confusion up front from the defense here. Fake going. That looked like a big hold. Pass is just over the top. Incomplete. Just barely out of the reach of number 21, Gabe Fierce.
Yeah, pretty good play in a good throw. Just maybe a hair long.
Yeah.
Had a shot at that one. Going back to receive the punt is Guthrie, and again, it's one of those nights where we're up 10 with the wind's kind of blowing.
If
you
it's
don't
close,
feel
let it
comfortable,
go.
yeah,
Yep.
if you don't feel comfortable, let it go.
Live to play another play.
We'll still get pretty good field position.
We got flag again because we haven't had enough
that's
of
too
those.
bad for Gilbert. They were going to want that punt. That
As the ball dies at the 8.
Yeah, that thing rolled for a while. But I think we had some movement on them.
Yeah, just a little. It almost looked like a switch foot on the right side. North Polk up 20-0 with 6:52 remaining in the third.
Did the ADM?
ADM went final 20-13. Yeah. So
that could be interesting with ADM North Polk still to play. If North Polk wins,
Yeah.
you're going to have a three-way tie for first, I believe, because Ballard beat North Polk last week.
Yep. Punts away, not near as good as the one before. Guthrie's going to let it bounce. Absolutely okay with that. It's going to roll dead at about the 29, maybe 28.
Still ends up being about a 45-yard punt. So
yeah, but it's not anywhere close to the 8-yard line.
No.
And we have the ball.
I think right here you just really want to see the Jays go out and have another one of those dominating drives. Maybe mix in a little play action this time. I got to think with the success that we've had running the football here in the third quarter that somebody's got to be open off one of those play passes.
Yeah, you might look for Cole Miller again to get behind the defensive back. He's got Stevens on him up top.
And being up here in the nice warm booth, we're a little unsure how much the wind is affecting the ball, but it is still blowing.
Cram gets hit in the backfield and ends up pushing back to the line of scrimmage, but a nice play there by the Tigers defense.
Yeah, real good job of filling the gap and really not giving Titus any kind of breathing room there.
That was Noah Dom in the backfield. So going to be 2nd and 10. Final score from Winterset, Lewis Central 42, Winterset 6. So I think that pretty much cements that division as Lewis Central winning the district, which is what was expected, but you just never know. Play action. Caleb Moore coming backside, has a huge hole, and he's at the 50, and he's at the 40, and Hawthorne's going to chase him down about the 45-yard line. Huge carry by Caleb Moore going backside of that jet sweep.
Using Titus as a little bit of a decoy. And, man, there's a really big gap there.
So down to the 35, gain of about 43 on the play.
Man, Hawthorne is a dude, too.
He got downfield like that.
He tracked him and made sure that he knew he was there. And it's not easy to square up Caleb.
I mean, he was 5 or 6 yards outside of Caleb when they both took off running. He took the angle and got there. Saved a touchdown. Caleb Moore again. Nowhere to go that time. He's met at the line and goes forward just a little bit for a yard. That's Hawthorne again there with him. Trying to figure out who the other guy was. It was
pretty similar to that opening play, just not a lot of movement in a really good play out of Hawthorne here. Actually, yeah, Hawthorne finishes it.
Yeah, Bowen Cruz, I think, is the first one. Yeah, the linebacker from the other side. So the linebackers just met for that one. He brings up 2nd and 8. Wildcat formation here for Titus. Ryle in motion. Titus now going to joke right up the middle, and he's off to the races, and that's a Blue Jay touchdown. 33 yards for Titus Cram.
Little meow meow out of the Wildcat there.
Blue Jays now with a nice 23-7 lead. Robertson coming out to get the extra point. Still got 7 seconds. We're good here. Robinson kick up, and I think it's squeezed in.
Snuck in there.
24-7 Blue Jay lead now.
I think that was probably a little more in line with what we were expecting tonight, especially after last week, Carlisle getting 300 yards on the ground. But definitely a really good second half here for the Blue Jays, coming out and really just trying to establish a run.
North Polk 27-0 final over Indianola. 20-13 was the final. ADM over Ballard, as we're just checking around our district and other exciting games, because we like to keep you guys informed, as we thank you for tuning in to the Blue Jay digital broadcast. Last time out, the Blue Jays did a little kick around the 35, trying to hit that gap.
And you can kind of see how they're lined up, that there is some space between that 40 and 30-yard line. They do kind of have a different formation that you don't normally see on kickoff return.
Going deep this time, though. Looks like it's going to be fieldable at the 2, and he fumbles it. Hansen goes back to pick it up, looking to cut field the opposite way. And Nolan Fellers brings him down, says, nope, I sweep legs all day. I got double legs for days, buddy.
Big tackle, because I think if he gets outside of him, he's got a little bit of space there.
Ball's going to be at the 5-yard line. Absolutely not what you wanted to see if you're a Gilbert Tiger fan.
And definitely, I mean, going 95 yards is not something that they normally do.
Well, and I mean, even if you get the 95 yards, it's a long process to get there.
Yeah, we haven't seen them hit a lot of big plays, and really since the opening drive.
Yeah. Eldred, the receiver, on the high side. Hawthorne plants himself right at the goal line. They hand it off to him, trying to get to the outside, and Hayworth is able to bring him down. Gain of 7 on the play. You can live with that.
Yeah, and he does a nice job of everything's kind of been between the A and B gap, and he just kind of bounces this thing to the outside a little bit. Probably weren't expecting that. And the thing about him getting to the outside, now all of a sudden you got smaller guys trying to tackle him, and they really don't want anything to do with that.
No. Pink in motion. Hawthorne up the middle again, but nowhere to go this time. Going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and if you're Gilbert, you don't want to go 4 downs here, but I think if you don't get it, I think if you're playing to win the game,
right.
You have to.
And in 4A, there's no value in keeping a game close. It's wins and losses, and that's it. So there's no 27-point rules or any of that stuff.
No more point system.
Or 17-point system.
Yep.
That's
it
what
was 13, then it went to 17.
Okay. We got a timeout. Gilbert, they're going to go ahead and think about that. That is their first timeout of the second half.
Probably a good chance to see a little dose of Hawthorne here, but
sure.
might go with the QB follow as well. However, that has not been very successful the last couple times.
No. I mean, really, it's been tough sledding on getting yards anywhere, right?
Yep.
The last.
What kind of run totals you got? You got any idea of yardage for some of their guys?
You know, other than Hawthorne and his 32, Rash doesn't have any yards this half, so he's still around 14. Wyatt Pink has that 122-yard carry, but 55 yards total of rushing for them. And, around 70 yards passing in the first half, but haven't been able to get anything here in the second. And so really just a solid all-around effort by the Blue Jay defense.
We've kind of done to them what they've done to other teams and really shortened the game with running the football and taking a ton of time off the clock.
We talked earlier. This definitely isn't what you expect from our Blue Jay game so far. We're not looking to run clock. We're looking for 40, 50, 60-yard plays.
No, and I think the way Gilbert has played D, like they've just done enough to keep everything in front of them, not going to give up big plays.
Blue Jays switching directions here real quick. Split receivers, one to each side. And that was motion all over the place, but I'm not sure who they're going to call it on.
I think
Looks
it's
like
got to
he's
be
calling
on
it on
them.
Gilbert.
Yeah, it's got to be on them. Left tackle looked like he moved.
Looked like the right guard did as well, but they've done this.
Probably had your pick.
I mean, they do motion all the time, but they did like some fake motion a lot of times. But yeah, that left tackle stepped forward as soon as the left wing back stepped back. So
definitely puts them in a tougher spot here.
Yeah.
3rd and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 gives you a shot to maybe just run
Yep.
Hawthorne up the middle.
Yeah, 2 times in a row, and you got to think, hey, we
Yeah.
can get 3 yards. Now it gets definitely more challenging. Probably going to have to throw it.
All right, so 8:46.
Had to add 1 second back on the clock. I'm sure that'll make a difference.
Going to come right down to it. So Pink in motion. Rash drops back, tries to set up the screen pass, and that ball is tipped. That's James Cullum with the tip. Almost came back and picked it off.
Yeah, that's the risk you do run with that screen pass. There is a lot of bodies around there, and if that thing gets deflected, that's a lineman's dream right there.
Right. Well, he doesn't even get the joy of running it in, though. He's already there.
Yeah, it'd be a short trip.
I might be able to score from there.
Decent chance.
Punting deep in his own end zone. Guthrie's going to catch it. Ooh. Oh, goodness.
I think that's Gilbert's ball, yep.
He tried an over-the-shoulder catch. That's not a strategy
Oh,
you're
my
really
goodness.
looking for.
What do we got to talk about? You were 1 foot from the play.
Unless you dove on it and then they took it away, I mean.
I don't think there's any way
there's a
that.
flag back there.
Okay.
What are
Well,
we
I don't
calling?
think there's any way that Guthrie had possession
I
of
wouldn't
that.
imagine so.
That's.
What's
The only thing could be a penalty on Gilbert.
After the punt is in the air?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That
what
would be
this could
strange.
I do feel like we've had an abnormal amount of discussions tonight.
Yeah, we had to have a discussion about a ball that bounced about 3 feet before a wide receiver.
I got us down for about 15 combined penalties.
It's been a sloppy game throughout.
This one's taking a little longer. While we're at it, thanks to the Bondurant Men's Club for supporting this sponsor, because otherwise you're just watching 4 officials having a conversation. So go ahead, drift your eyes up to the top left, and thank the Bondurant Men's Club for.
This is never good when you got to go over and talk to the coach.
So when you go talk to the other coach first, what are you going with that?
I don't think he's going to like what he's going to tell him.
Right, you talk to the one you're going to make more mad first, because it's going to be a longer conversation.
Well, because
right?
we're thinking, hey man, it's their ball. But it looks like
re-kick?
Maybe there's a re-kick here.
All right. Well, so far the coach doesn't look too upset.
He's probably super confused about what this guy's telling him.
Can we get an on-field mic, please?
Yeah, I'd love to know what's being said down here. I can already tell by the Gilbert players they're
Guthrie's
frustrated.
going back out for a punt return again.
I think maybe we just got an old-fashioned redo here.
Well, that'll take some good explanation later from maybe our chain crew can hear that conversation. They can fill us in later.
I'm sure they're going to hear a few things on the sideline.
But they're a ways
after this.
away, so I mean somebody should be drifting in. They got the other official. Maybe they can ask the guy standing next to the 4th down marker.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time coming up with what they could be telling him.
As we're about a minute and a half into this explanation.
Our crowd is getting a little rambunctious.
They're thinking we should just play the dang game. I don't disagree. All right, what are we calling here?
Okay. And now he's going to come over and tell Coach, hey, just so you know, it probably should be their ball, but we're going to do something. We're going to repunt this thing.
I don't know. I mean, don't you just come over to our coach and say, hey, you don't care why you're getting the kick again. Let's get this thing going.
Our only thing is, well.
Okay.
What the heck just happened? Now all of a sudden it's
our defense is well, or is that our offense or our defense?
That's the defense.
Wait, how can you tell? Which guy are you using? That's ours. I think it's our ball there.
Okay. They're enforcing a penalty from there.
And they're telling the chain crew to come down. And we still don't really know.
I don't know if they should be mad at the chain crew because nobody knows what the heck's going on here.
No, I literally have no idea what we're going with. But we clearly have our offense on the field. So 8:35, and from some unexplainable reason, the Blue Jays have the ball after the punt. At the 40.
Newton did clobber Carlisle tonight, 44-6.
I kind of expected maybe not that much of a spread, but
yeah, that's a lot.
Holding. Okay, so they're saying holding on us was the flag, but he must have recovered the fumble. Is their claim? Ryle going to go ahead and look deep off of that. Has Cole Miller. Cole Miller looked like maybe he got held or he made the weirdest sudden turning motion ever for no reason.
It could be a little acting job there.
Yeah. You've been taking classes with him?
The natives are definitely getting a little restless with the
I don't think
referees
the 3-minute
here.
break did anybody any favors on that one.
No.
I mean, I don't know how cold it is out there. We do have a little bit of shelter here.
75 in here.
As the Unidome always says, right? Inside, It's perfect. Cram and the Wildcat. Play action going right up the middle. Not a lot of room to go. Gains 2 and then goes backwards.
Not a lot doing there. The Tigers really, with the exception of Caleb Moore's really big play, they've done a pretty good job of plugging the middle here lately.
That was 3 yards on it, though. Well, Titus had his 33-yarder up the middle, too.
That's true.
But it's been like 2, 3, 1, 3, and then
mixing a big one.
Yep, works out. The math checks. Caleb Moore in the backfield behind Ryle. Cram to the left. Miller to the right. And that's going to be a false start on Moore, I believe, because he stepped.
Well, we got to go talk about it first, though.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we have to do this?
Billy, what do you got? Well,
I hope nobody had any plans tonight.
Jimmy, what do you got? Let's bring him in and talk to him. He's pointing at the defense.
So, I struggle with that answer based off the tailback being the one that I saw step that you were reacting to the defense, but the defense.
The only thing is the tailback can go in motion. But, yeah, it didn't. Okay. Yep, that's probably what it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Which is right in front of the white hat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing to talk about. Let's throw the flag, move on.
All right, so we just keep tallying up in the penalty game. So there hasn't been enough. 3rd and 12 here. That Wild Kitty back in formation. And a false start on the motion. Good golly. False start offense. We're just trying to help our skill position players accumulate a few more yards.
Yeah, we're setting it up here.
Yeah.
Longer field.
So I don't think, Titus was, about 150 yards from Halder.
For a career?
Yeah. He might be getting close. 4-3.
Colton had a couple 2,000-yard years.
Yeah.
Screen.
Wow, screen pass to Moore, and Hawthorne
that's probably the guy you got to find.
There's a roughing the passer penalty, I believe is what that's going to be on Gillum after his teammate Hawthorne makes a fantastic play.
So it looks like it's going to be a little short of a first down. You will get a replay of the down. Hawthorne was definitely not fooled on that one.
No. No, he read that thing like a book. And Moore's coming off.
Boy, that's a tough penalty.
He might have just got hit in an uncomfortable spot too. But the way he's coming off.
Watching the replay here. Oof. Boy, I don't think that's late, but
no, I didn't see the replay, so I'll take your word for it. So, results in a first down.
It's 3rd and 17. I didn't think I thought the yardage had to actually get you there.
I would have thought so too.
That's the rule we changed, right?
I thought so.
Okay, I guess you and I are both wrong on this one.
I don't know. I mean,
of course, I'm not trusting this crew.
They probably discussed it.
I'm not sure that they know the rules.
What timeout? Blue Jays. All right, so 15 minutes later, there's 7 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock.
We had some pretty good flow, and the game was moving fairly fast, but these conferences have definitely slowed the pace down.
As we approach the end of the game, I think, stay tuned. We'll have a Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping Level 10 Teammate Award to give to kind of an unsung hero of the game. And then we'll also have a Vision Bank Player of the game, like an MVP of the game. So, a little excitement to come. Somewhere between 7 minutes and 45 minutes from now.
Well, hopefully we'll just come out here and keep pounding the rock and keep that clock moving so we can get out of here.
As you've been able to enjoy all of our fantastic work here by this Blue Jay Digital team. If you aren't familiar, this is a student-run class led by Kyle Seidel, and we've had Braden Ruley and Garrett Von Steen on the camera work all night and pretty much all season, so great work out of them as Titus tries to go up the middle. Nowhere to go. Breaks free, and maybe not a good thing because I think that's going to lose us.
He was close, though, to spinning out of that, and there was nobody on this side of the field.
But you lose forward progress once you break free a little bit. So
back to your shout out, though, I'm not sure there's a better crew, better high school crew in this state than what we got here with Blue Jay Digital. Give us a lot of good camera angles, are always spot on. Just overall do a heck of a job.
And that doesn't even count the ones that are running around the sidelines. So we got at least 3 cameras running around the sidelines to get great shots all week long. Hype videos, all of those great things.
Making the videos, making the graphics, really just doing a good job.
Who is in the backfield right now?
He looked thicker.
He did. Was that a 75? Don't catch that.
That was, which I don't find 75 on the roster. I wrote him down earlier, and I was curious who's 75. Dylan. Okay,
that's Dylan Hayworth. Okay. Dylan Hayworth, 75 in the backfield. Who I believe was
he was playing.
He was Powers' number before.
Yep.
He was 37, so.
I wonder maybe it's a little shortage on the line that we decided to move him to line-ish guy.
But then he was a tailback. So
I don't know. That was an interesting spot for him.
To tell you what, you don't see 75 in the backfield very often.
No, and I don't think he's ever lined up in the tailback position.
Cram in the jet sweep, play action. Ryle looking deep.
Cole
Miller is wide open and just waiting on the pass to get there. Makes the catch, and he's going to get brought down at the 10-yard line. Woo! Gain of 43 on the play.
Definitely bid on the jet sweep action there. As we mentioned earlier tonight, I just think there's a lot of ground to be made with him running that jet sweep motion and guys just flying up. I think he'd probably like that throwback as he was just a little late delivering it because he was by the defense in a hurry.
It was the safe throw, right? Yeah. Because he had 10 yards at least. You just didn't want to overthrow him. So
they were
on a regular night, you're probably going to let that thing fly, but with the wind, you let it go. Titus takes the handoff, kicks it to the outside, and is going to get brought down at about the 6. They're going to call him down to the 7. A gain of 3 on the play.
Again, Tigers do a pretty good job of plugging up the middle.
Second and goal from the 7.
They've really been on the field, though, a ton here in the second half.
Oh,
I mean, with the exception of 9 plays, maybe?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Gilbert's got a first down.
Yep. And Gilbert, they do a pretty decent job of not playing guys completely both ways. But at a night like tonight, it doesn't matter because your defense hasn't left the field, so it feels like you play both ways. Ryle in motion. Cram up the middle. Trying to drive that pile ahead. Not a lot of room to go. Maybe gained a yard. Give him 1 on that.
Yeah, third and 6 here. Kind of wonder if maybe we'll try a little play action here, or maybe try to get to the outside. Like we've said multiple times, the Tigers are doing a pretty good job of plugging up the middle, so you might have to try a different route here.
One thing I'll say about the Wildcat right here is it eliminates one possible handoff, mischange, anything like that. Just get the ball right into him. You're burning the clock at this point, which for people that have been sitting outside for 15 minutes.
They're ready for this to be over.
Yeah, 15 minutes of official intermission.
Going to go counter left here.
Cram cuts through the middle, pushes ahead, and that's going to be another Blue Jay touchdown from 6 yards out. Titus Cram.
Well, we got a 15-yarder on somebody here.
After the play?
Yep. Really nice run out of Titus because there wasn't a ton there. He made an initial cut that really kind of created some space for him, and then just carried a couple dudes into the end zone.
A little good bit of extra support there from his linemen coming to help push that thing in. I see Austin Hansen and Sawyer Minor in there as well.
Yeah, will this be offsetting, or are we going to call it on 1?
Somebody asked if this was referee time. We'll give you commentary from the fans as well, apparently. And now we have to go talk to the other team's coach again. Okay, our team is letting everybody know they did count the touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown should be good. I feel like this was a post play.
It was several seconds after the guys were in the end zone for that flag to come up.
Yeah, unless he was searching for his flag and couldn't find it. Touchdown's good.
Okay.
Dead ball.
Offsetting.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Nope, just on us. Just on us, okay.
Well, and you got to be careful those because you get 2. You get
dinged for next week.
Yep, you get thrown out. So you don't want to get 2 of those.
One thing I cannot help with is who committed that personal foul because it was in the middle of a scrum.
You got to think there was probably something said.
Yeah, Robinson's kick spins up and in, so that's going to be a 31-7 lead for the Blue Jays. Titus, 3 straight touchdown carries for him. Well, not 3 straight carries, but 3 straight drives ending in a Titus touchdown carry.
This is kind of getting closer to what I was thinking for a score.
Yeah. And Winger does not look like he feels great on the sidelines.
And I think, maybe really kind of showing that those initial RPI rankings really got some work to do.
Yeah, and if you aren't familiar with the RPI, so 37.5% of the RPI number is just your record. So them having 0 losses is a huge advantage. Then next 37.5% is your opponent's records. That's really fairly advantageous for the Blue Jays, very detrimental for the Tigers because they have the second worst opponent's schedule.
Yeah, they've played
in 4A.
They've played some bad teams.
Yep. And then the other 25% is opponent's records, which is kind of a crapshoot when you get down to it because your opponent's record is
who they're playing outside of district, and some of them are going to play good teams and some of them are going to play bad teams.
But I haven't had a chance to look at all the other games tonight. Obviously, we know ADM came out on top. Lewis Central came up on top. You could expect the Blue Jays to move up.
That should be a penalty. That should be a delay of game if he fair caught that and then ran.
I'd rather them not throw that flag because I don't want to wait for the discussion about what that rule means.
Yeah, it's no different than a punt returner going back and fair catching it, and then he takes off running. He definitely had some room, though. He probably could have got 10 yards or so.
Yeah, the other thing, you're probably not used to fielding too many kicks from that spot, though.
Well, I will admit his fair catch was probably not a legal fair catch, so I could see why he probably ran.
I think that's Gillum in the backfield now. Pink in motion. Play action. Rash looking downfield. Gets hit while he throws, and that's going to fall incomplete. Caleb Moore, Dalton House in the backfield with him. Oh, we got it.
Yeah, Albright kind of gave him a little push, and he went down. I didn't really think it was anything serious, so I don't know if can't tell if he's holding his knee or his ankle over there.
I think they just got kind of caught up as they were going. Like, might have been a little ankle clip.
Rash wasn't able to deliver that one. He kind of got hit.
Caleb Moore was hitting him while he threw it, and
couldn't step into it.
Looking to see if I can find a Decorah score, but that one's not coming up quite as easily.
I want to give a little notice to our kids out there. I just heard somebody up here in the booth ask Mr. Hammis if he's ever been TP'd in all the years he taught at Bondurant, and he said no. So I think that's a challenge too.
Or it might be a challenge to former graduates.
Yeah.
As Dalton House makes the tackle in the backfield, Rash comes up limping. Just kind of came back down.
If they need his address, they can come find me.
You know, it might be a Cyclone fanatic type guy that also made a similar comment about not wanting to be TP'd. I don't know if that means more to a Cyclone fan or a Hawkeye fan, but
what do you think the number of rolls that have been thrown this week?
Well, I've seen a lot of criticism about the ability to make throws of toilet paper.
Well, the interesting one for me today, I walk out, and there's 2 full rolls just sitting in my driveway. And I'd already been TP'd this week, and they didn't TP anymore. It's like it was a drive-by TP.
They were just trying to save you the time on cleanup.
Here's a couple of full rolls for you, Coach
I was going to get you, Coach, but I
didn't have time, so here's just the toilet paper in advance.
3rd and 11 here. Gillum in the backfield in a 4-point stance. Now back to a 3. Pitched it out to Pink. James Cullum is there along with Dalton House for a 3-yard loss.
And that's the first time we've seen rocket toss tonight, which really is kind of a base play out of the flex bone, and they just must have felt that wasn't going to fly tonight. No. And judging by that play, I think they were probably accurate in that assessment.
So you're going to bring up a 4th and 14 and a punt at this spot again. Rolling closer to the 3-minute mark.
We're hustling guys in and off the field.
And timeout.
Well, you kind of wonder, maybe we'll just go for it. I don't know why you need to call a timeout to punt, but you don't have a lot to lose.
So next week the Blue Jays will travel to Decorah for District 4 matchup.
Who?
I'm looking for Decorah. We'll travel to Pella.
I hope
I might have reached my multitasking limits.
Waverly was far enough. We ain't going to Decorah.
We're going to Pella. I'm still looking for a Decorah score. The Gilbert
It's beautiful
Tigers
up there, but
will go to
that's a
Newton.
long drive.
They also don't have to go to Decorah, just to Newton. Not till postseason, at least. Then, I'm not saying they won't have to travel for that.
Yeah, Decorah is one of those. It's what, are they 5-1?
Decorah's 5-1. Yep. Looking to play Marion tonight. We are set up to punt at least. I don't know why you would run a fake bat, and he's doing jumping jacks.
Getting some jacks in. It's a low liner.
I'm okay if
get away. Get away.
Oh.
Yeah, we were a little unaware where that was because it was pretty low.
Yeah.
Blue Jays take over, 1st and 10.
Looks like we're probably a first down, maybe 2 first downs away from putting the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah. Does look like you're bringing your starters back up to finish this one out. Blue Jays are up 31-7, 2:55 remaining. Moore in the backfield. Play action, or fake to jet sweep. Give it to Caleb Moore. No gain on the play. I don't know why I keep wanting to call a fake jet sweep play action, but
it's a play fake.
It's a play fake, but not a play action. I guess it is action. I don't know. But maybe a gain of a yard on that play.
They definitely weren't as fooled on that one as they have been in the previous couple where we fake it to Titus.
So unofficially, I have Titus about 5 yards away from being the Bondurant career leading rusher behind Colton Halder.
Very nice.
So if he doesn't get it tonight, you won't have us announcing it because I'm sure it will happen next week. But as we make a nice completion, Ryle finds Cole Miller for a Blue Jay first down.
We got 2 minutes left. They got 1 timeout left. I don't know if they'll use it. So we're pretty close to being able to down this thing out.
So as we roll into here, we're gonna go ahead and award our Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping Level 10 Teammate of the Game. That's awarded to a player who might not be the main guy, more considered an unsung hero, but delivered a level 10 effort tonight that was critical to the Blue Jays. And we're going to go with number 53, James Cullum. You probably haven't heard us say his name very often before tonight. He's probably getting more playing time with Baker out and really had a solid day at the defensive line position as Caleb Moore breaks through the middle for a first down. So you heard Cullum's name a few times, tipped a couple passes, in on some tackles, and really it's hard to get your name said too many times from the defensive tackle position, and I think James Cullum was just that guy, so he's going to be our Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping Level 10 Teammate.
Yeah, and it wasn't an easy night to be an interior lineman with what Gilbert does. A lot of scrums and a lot of bodies in one spot. We're at the point where we can definitely kneel this puppy out.
We're going to let Caleb Moore run through the middle instead. He cuts to the outside. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line, a gain of 36 yards.
You can kind of tell that defense is worn down. That was a pretty big hole for Caleb to run through, one that he's going to do a lot of damage. He did go out of bounds, so clock will stop here.
Blue Jays have it, first and goal from the 3.
Moore in the backfield again from the 3-yard line. He's probably just going to give it to him and punch it in. Cuts back, shifts through the middle, up the middle, 3 yards. Blue Jay touchdown, Caleb Moore.
Touchdown on the play. Caleb Moore on the carry.
Jace Robinson going to come in for the PAT attempt here. Been a good night for him so far as well.
Yeah, we kind of switched him a few weeks ago. He's done a really nice job coming in and been pretty accurate on those PATs.
And really a great opportunity to your other 2 main kickers are
guys that are playing a lot.
A lot, yep. So by going this way, you get them off the field, get them a little break. And so as we take a 38-7 lead, it's time to look at this Vision Bank player of the game. Your typical MVP type Vision Bank player of the game has to go to the man with 150 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, Titus could get it most nights, but when you punch in 3 touchdowns and are that big of a part of the offense, not to mention the efforts he puts in on defense, it's hard to go elsewhere.
He had a lot of tackles and some big hits tonight on defense as well.
I mean, I think Cole Miller went over 100 yards with a touchdown. Caleb Moore's probably pushing close to 100 yards with a touchdown, but Titus Cram 150 yards rushing off of, looks like 24 carries, countless tackles, 3 touchdowns rushing, and really just a key part of every play on that. And so he's going to be our Vision Bank player of the game. Vision Bank. See what we can do for you tonight. Vision Bank, Blue Jay player of the game, Titus Graham, going to lead us to a Blue Jay victory over the previously undefeated Gilbert Tigers. They will fall out of the number 1 spot in the RPI, and we will see how that recalculates after the weekend.
What's your prediction on how far they will drop?
I go 8 this week.
Well, and it's funny, we've used BC Moore, you and I, we like to look at that, and
yeah.
BC Moore's been around for a while. They do their own computer rankings, an old mathematician, and they're usually pretty accurate. Their prediction was a 30-point win out of the Blue Jays tonight. It's at 31 right now.
Yep.
So pretty darn good job out of them. Kind of had a feeling that the RPI wasn't real accurate.
The opponent's record was a pretty key indicator of what everybody's seeing. I mean, Waverly Shell Rock is having a really down year, so that's throwing our number off. But Lewis Central is going to be a contender for the Dome for sure, and North Polk's right there in that as well. And so we've seen some really tough teams.
Tigers taking a knee here.
Well, the quarterback was a little dinged up, so I could see
I don't know if you're gaining a whole lot here.
Like there's just no great benefit to it. But yeah, so the key for figuring out maybe where Bondurant falls is getting that Decorah score. We'll move up at least 1 into the top 5. I don't think North Polk can pass us this week. So Bondurant will move up to 5. If Decorah lost, we would move up to 4. But again, it's just math. There's 2 more weeks of exciting football. A lot of good games coming up the next couple of weeks, not just in our district, District 5, District 6. So there's a lot of fun stuff to watch as we get towards the end here in 4A. Next week, encourage everybody to take that drive down to Pella. I know the bakery's probably closed. Not Decorah. The bakery's probably closed before you get there, but, I mean, if you go early, you can stop there. But go support these Blue Jays down in Pella on Friday night. And then we'll see you in 2 weeks versus Carlisle here on another, hopefully less windy, but probably not warmer Friday night.
Good game out of the Jays, and see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. Good night, and go Blue Jays.